Alright, folks, welcome back. We have another update, and I understand that the update was 2.5 days ago, right? It is patch 4. No, not 4.4. 3.4. Yes, we are on patch 3.4, and that is with the release of Kasumi, or Violet, codename Violet. Let's actually... Where's the... I guess there's... Oh, actually, it's a little better by... Where is the news notice? Or... Okay. I guess we'll use this. So, uh, the introduction of Kasumi, right? Kasumi Yoshizawa and codename Violet, and her arc, which is the part 1. Where are we here? Heck, that doesn't... Okay, so we have the Crossroad of Fate, the Laboratory Arc, part 1, and I imagine then Akechi is part 2, and a refresh, season 4 of Typhoon, which I think the only notable thing is they added Yaoling and Kasumi as playable characters, like Vanity, Claire. And then obviously more stuff, refresh of that. That's really the main thing, right? It's Kasumi, and man, people really like that character. I hope that I will learn about that character soon enough. Sometime this year, we're going to be playing P5R. So for now, our exposure to Kasumi and the P5R cast, this game, right? As planned, I am not pulling for Violet, and for very interesting reasons. And then Turbo will be following up in this particular patch in another 11 to 12 days. So we will be pulling Turbo. We can go check out what Kasumi does. And most of today will be invested in the Crossroad of Faith Laboratory Arc 1. The reason why I am 3 days later is because these Crossroads of Fate arcs are... they have time restraints on them. So the last part of Crossroad of Fate, the first laboratory arc, was not available until today. So that's what I have planned. We want to do the arc all at once. One thing that I have done beforehand was the Recollection of Faith, because Recollection of Faith requires like some stamina and whatnot. So we already kind of did the boss, but more on that in a little bit. It'll save time because of having to do them 5 times over. So we'll talk about that in a bit. So she's the new thing, obviously. Kind of a crowd favorite, a substantial favorite. She's been delayed a couple times, but I kind of see where they're going with the lining up. So with this, that track is really good. We'll be hearing more about that. We'll be hearing more track. We got new login bonuses, again, season 4, and then her trial. So let's do her trial. The update isn't that big, right? It's one of the before the major update. The next major update would be 4.0. It's after Turbo and Akechi. Akechi is really close to the 4.0. Anyways, let's go look at her. Because it's already 2.5 days later, I kind of know how she works. So let's go and look at her. She's an interesting character. Like, I like her differing mechanics for sure. But we won't be pulling for her, so this is as close as we're gonna get. Let's go in here. So Kasumi specializes in single target attacks. So our only major source of single target attacks is Makoto. Makoto Queen, right? And Obviously, Kasumi would be much greater because her highlight is able to crit. Although she's not the only one now because of JC and related things, but Kasumi can excel past Makoto because Makoto can't. I don't know if Makoto's highlight can crit. I don't think it does. Anyways, when activating her highlight, she does not spend the highlight gauge, so she has this chore, kind of like I call it a chore. It's kind of from fighting games where you like build stocks, secondary stocks. So in this game, there are secondary stocks for many characters that stack up. Hers is called steps, right? Or leaps, or no, steps. Steps, and it's kind of dealing with her. I guess it's a kind of a dance theme-ish. Or no, actually it might be shadow stepping themed. We don't know yet because I don't know anything about the character, but anyways, it's very a chore, an early chore like DPS character would be Haru, right? The last, was she the last one? I think she might have been in the P5 cast. So Noir had a chore, bullets, right? Bullets. And anyways, she does not spend highlight gauge. That's cool. So her whole thing is building highlights, right? She's dependent on highlight, and cord would be her like permanent companion. Her highlight can also activate critical hits to deal. Yeah, so that's her. That was her originally her thing before JC, right? During battle, when Kasumi gains 2-step stacks, press her Phantom so it goes into Spellbound Cinder to enter Masquerade mode, and that Masquerade mode is what grants her that extra highlight activation. On A6, she actually gets 3 highlights. You can highlight twice, which is pretty crazy. So the reason why I know this is because lots of people were like, oh yeah, it's Kasumi, she's a waifu, right? Waifu collection. Again, I'm not the target audience for these things, but that doesn't mean I'm ignorant to like crowd favorites and whatnot. This is what drives this type of genre, like this type of marketing and this type of like I'm not trying to I hope I'm not being a little too like calling out-ish, right? It's actually the people who enjoys this type of thing that keeps games like this and marketing like this possible for games like these. Like, one of the main reasons to play Persona games is the attachment to very specific female characters. I would say I'm willing to bet with pretty much my entire academic, like my professional integrity, like my namesake, that the vast majority of people who play Persona games are male, right? You could even argue that video games is still a male-dominated thing, and one of the attractions for playing Persona games is actually the attachment to these specific characters, Kasumi being one of them. So naturally, there was a lot of talk about it, and she's replacement finally for, from a mechanical standpoint, she's a replacement for a long time single DPS, which is Makoto Queen, right? Queen way back. So this would be the first from a mechanical standpoint if people are sweaty about their damage. Single DPS, it's a adequate investment for like the next couple patches, right? And then she uses a dance partner situation where to stack steps quickly, you want to pair a dance partner, and the dance partner causes an activation with each completed action, causes her to trigger skill 1, which is to give her another step. And it works really well with JC because JC awareness 1, A1 JC, which I do have, but not tempting enough to pull for her, largely because I'm exclusively free to play, and I like the idea of reinvesting in a new group of characters. So the new group of characters coming up would be Turbo, Ang, Nagao, right? Nagao, Ang, and Makoto. Makoto Yuki. And for me, when we get to play P5, P3 collaboration, that's when I start to have other commentary. And the goal is also to go back down memory lane and play the P3P portable game prior to the P3 collaboration. So I'm looking forward to mechanically and also sentimentally pulling a new cast, a new group of characters. I think Kasumi plays well into Chord and Win, which I have WinVAS and Chord. However, I think her highlight mechanic is also available to like Makoto and others in general. So for me, her mechanical like dealie isn't too far from a chore character like Noir, and also not significantly, the highlight mechanic is not something that's significant to me when it comes from a mechanical standpoint. And then her character, we don't know what her character is right now, and the way like her costume design is fantastic. But arguing from a personal aesthetics and like visual, I'm not the target audience for this character. And so I read a lot recently. I wanted to keep up with like the P5X community in some way on social media. And it's often like you have your mechanical people, your sweaty people, your economics people, then the pull for fun or pull your heart's desire, or if you're paying money, that type of thing. All of the above. So I'm addressing that. Kasumi's character model, like just from her thing, it's not for me. Does not target me. I'm not that type of person. I don't play Persona for waifu chasing or collecting, so that's already out. I already mentioned that multiple times. Actually, I concede that putting these characters in makes games a lot more popular. I don't know if the creator enjoys these things or not, like the artist. I imagine the artist enjoys creating these characters, and then like what ATLUS and SEGA has in terms of business things. For myself, if the majority were like me, characters like these would be rarer. So for the record, I'm not the majority, I'm the minority. So I do not get any sentimentalism, nor am promoted by these. In fact, it's almost the point of detraction. Like, I don't particularly like particular stylizations of overly sexualized characters, especially of the female variety. I'm not saying Persona is, but it is a really major draw and business practice as well as an art form for gacha games. And the other side, I like mechanical stuff. So the reason I play a Persona is the other things. The story, right? So I can't wait to... I would like Kasumi's story and the stuff that's getting teased for the Persona 5 games that I'm like P5R that I'm gonna play. So regardless of how she looks and what she does, like in terms of appearance, I think it's the writing that I'm attached to. I really like the style of the artist, and the artist has been the consistent artist. And it's not my particular taste on some of these. Like, if I would love to have a cat character, a dog character, some animals in there thrown in for pets, each person's a companion, and more male characters to balance the female roster, that type of thing. But this is the nature of the stuff. And in terms of mechanics, I absolutely love Shin Megami Tensei games. These games are fantastic. So I usually poll, there's some fatigue going around lately about people constantly talking about the unintentional toxicity regarding these types of games. Like, oh, you should poll this, or is this worth it? Is that worth it? So I'm kind of like doing the same thing, addressing that. I like mechanical death, but I'm actually a story person. So mechanical death is somewhat optional in a way in these as well, because I've spent so much time. If I had to focus on novelty, it's not going to happen very often. And however, Kasumi's mechanics are not as interesting to me because it shares overlap. So we wait for Turbo. Turbo has an interesting mechanic. So does Ang. And then Makoto is the next set of characters, which sets up the next characters like Turgies, right? So that's where we skip her, and that's to explain my motivations. And ultimately, it also balances out with Astrolab and all that other things. This game, I absolutely love this game. One of the biggest part about this game is, regardless if you poll for a character, or like you poll because it's waifus that you want to collect, or dump money into sentimental or mechanical or competitive things, the thing that I really like, which is what we're about to do after this, is that you get to play the entire game. And the entire game is accessible whether you poll for a specific character or not. Outside of like compendia, like Gate of Night, like Nightmare Gates, and the Sea of Souls, which is a competitive thing, that's very minor, and you can collect nearly 95 to 99% of every material if you keep up with the game, or if you join in, it doesn't take that long to catch up, to gain accessibility to everything outside of like the very badges, right? I collect badges, and I still can collect all the badges regardless if I pull Kasumi or not. So that's kind of why I really love this game. They haven't pushed a threshold to either swoon, or like not really swoon, but FOMO your way to paying for the game. You have the option. So now I'm talking about the waifu thing and like the gushing over virtual things. You can do that in this game, and I think that's wonderful. I hope that Perfect World, with their business arrangements with ATLUS and SEGA, continues to be a fruitful one, to not push mechanical FOMO ahead of one's sentimentality. So Kasumi doesn't quite, I guess you could say, it doesn't quite rock my world on first glance, but if I had played Persona 5 and I had an attachment to her story and whatnot, that might have changed. For now, I don't particularly have an attachment to, honestly, for me, if they kept releasing and updating the current roster, Luferu, Shun, and double down on that instead of constantly releasing like these particular characters, then I would be happy too. So just thought I shared a little bit of a minority opinion. My favorite part about this game is that you can say, oh yeah, I'm just gonna skip all the polls until my waifu comes up, right? Because it doesn't hamper the accessibility of all the content. And that's what I enjoy about this so far. I think this doesn't hold true for a lot of gacha games eventually. And it's been going on for 2 years now, like right in this game, not the global game, but the CN is coming up, right? It's very soon. I like that, and I hope they continue to do that. So instead of like feeling like I'm calling out people who enjoy these things for different reasons, I'm more saying that it's great that you can do that in this game, where you're like, oh, I'm just not going to pull anything. I'm going to use all the base characters and access the content. You can actually collect nearly all of the things with only the base characters, outside of like the top badges. And then if you so happen to want to spend all your currency on your particular favorite character, you can, and it wouldn't create vast FOMO. Kind of a tangential issue about like pay to win situation. Gacha games often don't really enter the realm of pay to win. They more like enter the realm of pay to participate, which that is, you could argue that's kind of worse, because of someone's behavioral consequences. Like, oh, to beat this boss, I need to buy this character in order to do it. That's not the case still, in my opinion, about how Perfect World is handling monetization, and then the design by Blackwind Studios, right? Adapting the P5 assets from ATLUS. That's great. I hope it continues to be that. I hope I can keep on saying that. So I do in fact enjoy that there are people who are heckin' sweaty and try to like FTP, like min-max their FTP. That's fair. I like playing free to play, but I'm not sweaty to the point where I'm like min-maxing things. I like that I can get all the badges despite not having to spend like 3 hours rotating and writing down my predictions for the next couple months, etc. I do a little bit of it by looking around and whatnot, but it's really great. So all the positive things. This particular character got delayed, and boy, people really like her. So I hope I get to learn a little bit about her in this like brief teaser, like collaboration. Anyways, sorry, that was a very slightly longer bit. Let's go look at her for a sec. So we have been doing, the routine now has been to do it this way, where we go to allies. Let's see what we have for her. Standard stuff. Let's go to her skills. Well, Cinderella Glow, right? Deal bless damage to 1 equal to, she scales with attack as for DPS, and gains a step, right? Step is the currency, or the chore. If this skill is activated by an ally with dance partner, so that gives her extra, she follows up with the lower intensity but gains 1 step and can stack up to 3 times. So if you have a character extra action, JC is out of sequence, but JC would be fantastic because the A1 probably triggers like double actions, and JC would be the most reliable one to have an extra action next to like Rin, or like Joker. Joker would be the other one. Yui, I don't know if Yui can trigger this. Probably not. It's probably Rin or like Joker, JC. Heck, no, not. Yeah, I think those are 2 that would be very complementary, right, as a dance partner. And then here's the invitation, which grants dance partner. It's kind of like chord, right, in a way, because it bounces off of something. Yui also has a partner system. It increases her attack and the selected for 3 turns, so lasts 3 turns. Oh, the buff lasts 3 turns, but the dance partner only lasts 1 turn. I think one of her awareness extends this to 2 turns. Also, Kasumi gains follow-up, follow step. So this effect, so she gains a step from using this as well. So skill 2 and skill 1 build steps. So ideally, if you do skill 2, you would have to put her ahead, but JC will always be ahead. So in the following turn, JC can probably stack 3. Yeah, so 1 plus 3 should be at like full steps by then. When an ally with a dance partner uses a skill, immediately activate, the first one, which gives on a one random foe. If skill is activated on a foe, activate. Okay. So it's follow up on the same target. Then we have Midnight. This is her cash out, so she would cash out on this one when using this skill while in Masquerade. She cashes out during Masquerade on this one. So her highlight is probably going to can be activated in Masquerade. So does that deal extra damage in Masquerade? Let's see. Deal 1 plus damage of attack. Okay, that's a lot. Also with step stacks, gain additional effects. Okay, so if you use the highlight with the step stacks, so when you're in Masquerade, you still keep the steps during that Masquerade, right? So lead step increases highlight damage. Follow step, I believe invitation is follow step, and then Cinderella's lead step, right? So you have the 2-step currencies right away. When you do invitation into Cinderella Glow, or invitation into maybe 1 Cinderella Glow with another DPS, which then allows you to enter Masquerade to trigger, and then you would cash out with Midnight Magic after using your highlights, right? When you enter Masquerade. So for every step increase, okay. So you want to maximize the step, and then when on any other ally, then Kasumi uses a highlight increase. Oh, interesting. Yep, then you would like JC, right? You can JC into her thing using a buff or strategist buff. And then this explains all of Masquerade, which makes sense. Also for every step gain in Masquerade, okay, there's scaling, and then at the end, Masquerade loses all steps, and if you didn't use the highlight, then it would activate. Okay, I think awareness 6 changes allows you to activate manually and an additional manual highlight activation. So crit damage makes sense. Gaining a step stack also increases her. This does not stack. Okay, when ally activates a highlight, gain 1 glass slipper stack. Increase, okay. Stacks up 2 times. So she has an additional, yeah, so lots of damage. I think overall it's it's interesting, it's one-dimensional to me personally, but lots of damage. So basically we pick a invitation. No, there isn't anyone who has. Interesting. And she went first. They put her first. That's interesting. What are these choices? Okay. Oh, I wonder resonance. Huh. Yeah, and then you can activate. Right, wow. Okay. That's cool. So then you can. Okay. She's really loud compared to the. And then, boop. Oh yeah, dance part only lasts 1 turn. Okay. Interesting. Right. So like, I imagine then she could use her highlight using. I don't think so. Like she activate. I don't think she can activate using the normal highlight gauge as well. I think it's just separate. Right. Right. Yeah. So she can't use the normal highlight gauge to get like 3 outfits. Right. Her animations are okay. That's about it. Yeah. So not too bad. Now let's get into our main thing today, which is to do our arcs. So let's get in, steal the loot, you know, thieve up the loot. Oh, and we're gonna go into the dice thing in a bit. So, okay, Lufetu is uneased by a bad dream, so Wonder suggests they head to Shibuya to help clear his mind. All of a sudden, the Metaverse Navigator activates. Alright. Okay. Oh, he... Okay. The song, though. We're gonna go... Okay. Okay. Let's go. Oh. So, since I already had to log into the game and do dailies, there was a scene before this, and the scene was, you saw the scene where Wanda, I think, Motoha and possibly Riko was like on the ground, and Wanda was like trying to help them up, and they disappeared one at a time. So it's like kind of his visions too, like Wanda's vision, where eventually something bad happens, right? Like he keeps worrying about that. So Lufetu woke up, and then they're just in bed, right? Like Lufetu wakes up on like the headboard of Wanda, and Wanda was like, what's wrong? Like, and it was this interesting little touching apprehension where Lufetu was like, what if I'm just leading all of you to ruin, right? Because he keeps having these visions where it constantly shows that everyone basically they fail and everyone dies, right? And Wanda gets a little blip as well every once in a while, but the whole idea is they reinforce each other. And then when like, oh, let's go out to town, look and whatnot, like investigate, right? And then the navigator that they have activates, and now they popped in. That's kind of the idea. I really like the theme. They don't overplay it, but I kind of like that idea where there's stakes involved. So both Lufetu and Wanda gets visions of what could potentially happen, right? The stakes that are happening. I'm genuinely curious as these games are going that are they gonna play a Groundhog Day scenario or a multiverse scenario where like Lufetu is not just a character that persists in one timeline, but he has done this. This is the chosen timeline, and like do the whole Groundhog Day where you are playing the iteration that worked, right? Kind of a Neo or a Matrix situation, for example, too, where the cat's out of the bag. Lufetu actually has this deep seated, I don't think they're gonna go in this direction, but like this deep seated, like he like eventually you get to see all the despair that Lufetu encounters thousands if not hundreds unfathomable times over when everyone fails, right? And then that's what the reminiscences are. Like oftentimes these types of things like Groundhog Day and whatnot, and you have chosen ones like Neo and whatnot, reminiscences of past experiences and whatnot, like deja vu and whatnot. There's often this theme that people play in these type of games or writing or fictional writing in general, where when people see other things or think other things, did it happen in a different timeline or has this happened before, right? And that's kind of the idea. And I don't think a game like this, like particularly P5X, will go into play it that hard, but I do enjoy those type of games. It creates a nice balance between what you hope for, your hopeful timeline, which you play, and then you often think about, so this is so convenient, right? Like conveniently they escaped on time. It's convenient that everything feels like ex machina, when you play a game that is based on vigilantism and heroism in a way. However, you often thought like, but your intrusive thoughts or whatnot, it's like, well, I mean, if they were like 5 seconds slower, they would have all exploded in the tower, that kind of thing. So I do enjoy that they're throwing that in every once in a while. But for myself, I often think that because that doesn't get emphasized too much, it still feels a little bit inconsequential. I like that they're including it though. And it would be interesting how far they push it. Where like you see that whole dramatic reveal where Luferu gets his memory back, like the memory thing. Suppression is a thing of trying to cope with things. So he gets his memory back and it's like devastating. Where he's like, oh, hey, by the way, guys, I'm an absolute train wreck. I just remembered how you guys all like died 10,000 overs in very gruesome ways or depressing ways. Something like that. It would be interesting how far they go. Anyways, let's let them go now. Here they are.
わしらがこの姿ということは異世界なのか。だがやけに現実味が強いような。何にせよメメントスのエントランスとは違う場所のようだ。それにこれはもしや。
Tap that invisible wall. There it is. Invisible wall tap.
閉じ込められてしまったようだな。そしてここに来て思い出した記憶。ワンダ、お前も感じているだろう。おそらくまた違う世界の怪盗団、ジョーカーたちも迷い込んでいると推察できるな。だが、いつもと違うのは、わしらは2人のみということ。
That's a fair point.
異世界ナビの挙動も異常だった。何かに反応し、強制的にここへ送り込まれたような。ああ、そうだな。
Yeah, that's what he's feeling down about. His vision where he just sees everyone evaporates and fails. 大丈夫です。
すまん。またお前を心配させてしまったな。わしとしたことが。とにかく今は進んでみるか。警戒だけは怠るなよ。
Man, I'm like down for an incredibly melodramatic, super angsty, sad Persona game.
しかしこれは。
Interesting looking structure.
一体何の建物だ。パレスのようなまがまがしい印象も受けないが、あそこに人間の反応を感じはする。シャドウの気配もな。だと思うが、わしの感じが今日は少し調子が悪くてな。しかし二人で異世界を歩くのはいつぶりか。何やら懐かしい気持ちになってくるな。
Harken back to the beginning. Yeah, there we go. Man, it's been a while. It's almost been a year now. Like in real time. For them, I'm not entirely sure how long it's been. Because they went through Christmas, right? And they went through summer. So it's about the same amount of time. I think that's what they're trying to do, sort of, maybe? I don't know. It's kind of hard to see the passage of time, other than assuming that when they're releasing they're encountering that. But the events, like the summer events and the Christmas event, they're trying very hard to line them up. They're side stories, but I think the whole aspect is like you're lining up one to one. So to them, like based on the release schedule from the time of this, they're probably approaching their 1 year like powwows. So that's kind of how I feel they're going about this. It's very similar to how RGG does things too, where when they're Like a Dragon games, it's often released and occurring to the year that it was planned to be, as a way to make it feel like, oh, you don't have to really think about the time. If a year feels like a year, then it's a year for the characters. This isn't always true. There's quite a lot of forward and backwards, like, but these are not standalone games, right? RGG is a little bit of an exception because of their release schedule, but for this game, P5X, it's a live service type of game, so oftentimes it's nice to have them concordant and a feeling of nostalgia. I
あの頃はわしも強引な誘いをしてしまったが、よくぞここまでついてきてくれた。おかげで大衆にも徐々に欲望が芽生え始めている。信頼できる仲間たちもできたしな。改めてだが感謝を申し上げるぞ。
It might actually be longer because the release schedule was accelerated from their original writing, so more time likely has passed for our cast. There's not a strict calculation or like a strict attention to time being passed, which is a mechanic in Persona games. Like the whole idea of time passing and reflecting on oneself and looking at the different periods, time is an ever-present thing, and I can understand that had to be dispensed in some way for P5X because of how release schedules work in a live action game, like not live service game. That's kind of I like the whole hundreds of tomorrows and todays, because incorporating that is very tough with, at least my opinion, for the gacha format. Just doing the right thing, right?
それがお前の欲望のままの思いか。やはりわしの目に狂いはなかったな。ほんの少し落ち込んでいたが元気が出た。共にいてくれてありがとう、ワンダ。さて、では気を取り直してあの建物に向かうとするか。
So here's the thing. There was a comment in the last kind of P5 collaboration where they were suggesting that Morgana was a boy, or like Morgana is not just a cat. I haven't played through P4 and P5 yet, like completely and whatnot, and the bits I've seen here and there during like their release, my thought is, man, it would be interesting if any of those characters, I know P3 didn't happen, but if these entities, Luferu at the end near like whatever the P5 arc, like say 7.0, it was Luferu has an alternative 5-star awakening thing, and it turns out that he's like a 1,000-year-old man. Like just his form just changes into this like off weird, his voice is matched to this like Master Roshi character or something. It's like, yep, okay. And then they go back to his form, but he has like a gacha form, you know, a banner form where it shows him as this like maybe like a 30-year-old man frozen in time or something, like the appearance of a 30-year-old man. But it would be really kind of funny to find out that no, Luferu is not an owl. The whole joke was he wasn't an owl and whatnot. He was actually a man that was trapped in an experiment or something that caused him to be a anachronism in a reality, and the reveal was like, aha, he got his memory back, and his form comes back too. So like Morgana isn't just a talking cat. Like obviously I haven't played through Persona 5, but if that was a thing and that's what they were hinting at, like, oh, they were talking the other time, that what stuck out to me, where when it said like, oh, one of the scenes from the Persona 5 animation, the memories that they include in this game, there was this comment like, you're not, if they were meaning literally, like, you're not just a cat, right? You're not a cat, you're a boy, or like a family member. They weren't specifically just saying it figuratively as like you're part of the family and whatnot, but they literally mean Morgana is not a cat. I think that'd be pretty funny. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that would be a fun thing. It's like, I told you so. Like, the game literally keeps making jokes about whether they're whatever or whatever, and it just turns out that, oh, okay, he's a 30-year-old man who's trapped in like a 1,000-year-old loop or something, and he's made into a banner outside of his normal one, right? Anyways, all right, let's get in here. Oh, that's unnecessarily acrobatic. All right. Okay, so we got some medals. Is there any breakables? Okay. You know what this reminds me of? Millennium Tower. This building. Millennium Tower, like that tall building, the fictional. I'm guessing it's a fictional building, or maybe it's based on a real building. I don't actually know, but that's my first thought. I've been thinking about RGG because I've been completing my Kiwami 3 playthrough. Neat elevator. Laboratory.
それになんだこの真っ白な内装は。今回もおそらくはパレスもどきなのだろうが、今までとは感覚が違う気がする。なんと言えばよいか。パレスとは本来悪人が持つ認知の牙城であろう。
Okay.
だがこのパレスもどきからは悪意を感じない。
Intriguing.
欲望の搾取が行われている様子もない。むしろ逆の他者を救いたいという意志や心の声が聞こえてくる。
I like this. Fits with the laboratory and a scientist sort of thing. The will is save others, yeah.
何にせよ脱出するためにはここを調べるしかない。だがわしら二人ではさすがに戦力不足だ。奥からは強力なシャドウの気配も感じている。早めに奴らと合流できれば良いのだが。見つけました。
Let's see what Kasumi is like. Oh. Overzealous vigilante personality. Fair enough.
シャドウ？とぼけないでください。あなたの姿、怪しさ満点ですから。あれ？あなたは人間の姿ですね。でもそちらの方は見るからに。
Is she a solo person?
まずは落ち着け。わしらはここに迷い込んだだけで。
Like she does her own thing and eventually cross with Joker, so she like takes on herself.
油断させてこちらに近づくつもりですか？そちらがその気なら仕方ありません。私も応戦させていただきます。へえ。
Joker? There we go. Yep. She's hot-headed. And solo. Oh, maybe not originally solo. Like she does her own thing, and then she bump into Joker. Yeah. So she's hot-headed and rushing. This is probably after they met. Oh, they're Joker. Yeah, I imagine then it could play to the why she has fiery red hair. I mean, the protagonist for P5X, Wanda also has red hair, but hers is like maybe a slightly more fiery. I imagine she might be like one of those where she's not necessarily, she doesn't go to the same school that Rin and others go to, but they cross paths and she's like just a fiery solo thing. A little like Punisher, but not really, not as scarred as Punisher, but she has like a intense sense of justice. And then I'm trying to guess all the like archetypes before playing P5R, just off of these teasers. She's most definitely probably the hot-headed vigilante, incredible justice kind of thing. I would say kind of lines up with a bit of Cherish, the guy in the P5X universe, where he's like overly concerned, overly worried, incredibly noble. So she's like the one musketeer until joins up with the others. I imagine there's gonna be like, my guess is in the Persona 5 Royale, like in Joker's universe, they cross path and she's a bit belligerent and hot-headed and maybe a little bit like she goes out of her way, and then Joker, she finds herself in like particular dire straits and then she gets backed up. And it's one of those personalities where it's great to be solo and strong, but it's also nice to have people get your back. I think that's pretty much the impression I'm getting already from Kasumi's thing, which in my opinion, it's incredibly relatable now. Like she's like Futaba also represents like the shut-in, being depressed, trying to get help but hard to express, like that type of thing. Futaba, that part of the aspect. But Kasumi is the keyboard warrior, in my opinion. The one where like she knows she's always right, she acts immediately on her impulse, and she relies on intuition. However, when she gets into dire straits, she still haven't been able to appreciate or accept the idea that there are other people who are willing to help her as well. I think that's kind of the type of character. Like she's incredibly kind-hearted and she wants to do the best for things, but the way she goes about it is incredibly rash, foolhardy. Meanwhile, Futaba is like catatonic and hidden because of trauma, right? Or not, maybe. And then the laboratory thing is really interesting. So they did another spin. I'm starting to love the profile that the P5R villains are, like quote-unquote villains, or the ATLUSes, because this sounds like a setup for your traditional scientist overly concerned with things, absolutely like reflective of Kasumi, where you have a researcher or like someone who really wants to save the world, but it becomes warped and misguided in a way. So that archetype is happening, which is great because it complements all the other villains, right? Quote unquote, all the other menaces or something like that. Because when you're to a fault, so righteous indignation and all that stuff, it sounds like that's where they're going. The laboratory setting obviously would set up for a laboratory person, and the scientist archetype is one born out of noble intentions but possibly warped out of growing cynicism. So we'll see if that's what they do. It's interesting. Yeah, it's a bit complicated. So they're not necessarily together. That makes sense. Oh, there's Morgana. So she's like a freelancer, but not freelancer.
久しぶりだな、ワンダ。それにメガネザルも。
Mega.
というか、まずわしらに謝らんか。お前の連れに攻撃されるところだったのだぞ。
Nah, we were fine.
この猫のだき。
Adorable.
私勘違いでとんでもないことを。
So like she wants to be part of the group, but not really want to be part of the group kind of character, you know, like be one of us. It's like, nah, I'm, you know, on my own, but not really. And she always shows up, that kind of thing. Oh, you know what she reminds me of? FF7. Yuki? No. Wait, what's her name? Ninja girl. The shinobi. The is it Yuki? Yuki? No. I think. Wait, hold up. I can't wait to play the remake. Yuffie. Yeah. Yuffie. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from Kasumi. Like, yeah, I'm here, I'm saving the world, I'm doing what knows best, and then like runs off. Like Joker comes by and says, okay, why don't you just join us? Because we do the same thing. We keep crossing paths. You're a Phantom Thief now, right? Like you might as well be, nah, I'm gonna go do my own thing. That's kind of how I feel about Kasumi. So hot-headed, bolstery, but with relentless chivalry, I suppose, in a way. I say chivalry, but I'm not saying it's gender specific. Anyways, well, at least no one got hurt.
まさか先輩たちのお知り合いとは思わず大変失礼しました。
彼女はまだ異世界に慣れていないんだ。どうか許してやってほしい。少し状況を整理しないか。俺たちもここに迷い込んだばかりだ
な。改めまして、私はバイオレットです。今は訳あってジョーカー先輩とモナ先輩とご一緒してます。
She called them senpai.
そして先ほどは本当に申し訳ありませんでした。
Okay, is it just the two of you?
いや、もう何度も謝ってもらったこともある。気にしなくていい。
Overzealous.
それに元はといえば、わしがうかつにお前に近づいたことが原因でもあるしな。ただ、シャドウと間違えられたのはいささか心外ではあった。
Well.
バイオレットは心の怪盗団じゃないんだ。だからシャドウも見慣れてないところがあってな。はい、私は先輩たちを慕っていますが、怪盗団の一員ではないんです。
Okay.
というと、
ジョーカー先輩は私の通う学校
Oh, they do go to the same school. Okay.
よく私の悩みの相談を
Oh,
受け
okay.
てくださってます。
So she's a fawning admirer instead.
異世界で助けてくれた先輩ですか
Okay.
ね。
So not the heavy independent,
俺たちは以前
more like the
ここに
fawning
迷い
type.
込んだことがあった。その際にバイオレットはペルソナ能力に目覚めたんだ。
ああ、
Okay.
だが吉田、ああ、いや、バイオレットは怪盗団には入らなかったんだ。そうなんです。もちろん怪盗団の皆さんが嫌いというわけではなく、
Okay.
今の私は
So kind of a
別
mix.
のことに集中したくて。
Does have admiration
そうだ
though.
ったのか。まあ、怪盗とは強制的になるものでもなかろう。
Sure they can, Luferu.
し
Sure.
かし、先ほどの体さばきを見るに、バイオレットをスカウトできないのは惜しい。
お前また 懲りねえやつだな。まあというわけでさっきのは許してやってくれ。コードネームもさっき仮で決めたばかりなんだ。
Oh, okay, this is right
今
after.
回もおそらく共に脱出する仲間になる。よろしく頼むぜ。
わかった。
ありがとうございます。これからよろしくお願いしますね。ワンダー先輩、ナ
No.
ダル先輩。
Oh, how young is she? Wanda?
失礼でしたかね。お二人とも異世界では先輩だと思ったので。
That's fair.
いや、失礼なことなどないが、先輩呼びをされるのはなかなか。
That's okay. Lufedo is 3,000 years old, so, you know, it works.
悪くはない。よろしく頼むぞ、バイオレット。
Yoroshiku tamanazo. Ah, Tanoma. Oh,
しか
Tanoma.
し、異様なパレスだな、ここは。一体何を模しているんだ？わしらもここに来たばかりだし、情報が欲しくもある。先ほどのジョーカーの話だと、お前たちは以前にもこのパレスに潜入したことがあるのか？
その通りだ。だが
ああ、
Baka?
偶然迷い込んだって表現の方が正しいな。しかもここがそもそもパレスなのかすらも分かってないのが現状だ。
Same problem, no intent. No malice intent. It's not a palace?
前は
Doshite?
改心のターゲットすらいないこの世界にいつの間にかこの3人で引き込まれて、バイオレットがペルソナに目覚めた後は用もないから脱出したってわけだ。
なるほど。つまりお前たちにとってもこのパレスは未知の空間というわけか。
ああ。だが前回とは少し雰囲気も違う。
そっちの怪盗団がいるってことは、またパレスの何かが混ざっているのかもしれん。
私のせいなんです。最近少し思い悩んでいることがあって、ふと気づいたらまたこの建物の近くに来ていて、そんな自分が怖くなったのかもしれません。気づいたら先輩たちに連絡をしていました。
我が輩たちもちょうど新島、いや攻略中のパレスからの帰り道でな。バイオレットの元に駆けつけたらまた強制的にここに飛ばされたってわけだ。
本当にごめんなさい。
Again with the apologies.
それに俺たちもここが何なのか気になっていた。
ああ、むしろいい機会だとも思ってる。このパレスの主すらわからない状態だったからな。
ふむ。では話をまとめるが、つまりこの場所を熟知している者は誰一人としていないということだな。
ああ、
はい、わかった。何にせよ今は前回と同じく不思議な力によってここを出ることはできん。ということは脱出方法もおそらく同じだろう。覚えているか、ワンダー？
ああ、この異世界におけるお宝であるコアをいただくとなれば、また同盟結成だな。
I brought JC along. You guys notice? Okay.
あ、君にまた会えて嬉しい。今回もよろしく頼む、ワンダ。
私も精一杯頑張ります。
じゃあ怪盗同盟も結んだところで攻略開始といこうぜ。
Always winning, Zeph. Always winning. Ooh, this music. We don't have to worry about these guys. Are these the break? Oh, I tried to break the thing, not attack those.
逃すわけにはいきません。
チャンス一気にやっちゃって。
Oh,
随分と
that
抗って
music
はいた
though.
ようだが
I can't wait to hear it in P5R.
終わらせましょう。処刑完了だ。
Oh, that's a good track. Are these breakable? They're breakable. Okay. Oh, I really like this track. Anything here? Oh, here's some stuff.
貴重なもの
Oh
よ。
man, this brings back memories. Can I enter? No, can't. Yeah, these are your typical posters, right? This is where it's usually in the atrium of institutions. You would have meetings, right? You would have meetings, and this is like the poster presentation, where you would have the research and stuff being presented at a glance thing. Does bring back memories, presenting scientific findings on boards. Very classy. Did highlight? Oh, okay. Okay, all right. Okay. Cool. That perspective, though. Go up here? No. What's this way? Nothing?
ふむ
Slide down. Alright. Let's go. Whee! Ooh. Wait, did I get everything? Da 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 da. Very effective chord progression. Alright, Shadow have different weaknesses, sure. Wanda and Luffero reunite with Joker and Morgana. And met the rookie, Violetto. Right, Violetto. Together they decide to explore the... Okay, alright. Oh, we're just straight up storing this, okay.
任しとけ。
Music. Oh, it's a different track. The chord progression's kind of similar. Let's do it this way. Okay. We're gonna be jamming pretty hard to music soon. With the Persona Legacy. Okay, spacious. Alright. Alright. I really dig this background track. Okay.
すごいです。
It really elicits that white, neutral, formal, gloomy aspect of a laboratory. Oh, accidentally my mouse double clicked.
発見準備。油断は禁物だぞ。
手は抜きません。
うまいアルセールペルソナ
やっちゃいましょ
ペルソナ
I wonder. Can you click? Oh, you can activate out of turn too. Oh, that's interesting.
う。道を切り開くよ。サンドリ
ペルソナ
Interesting. I didn't even realize you can activate out of turn. Huh.
これでどうだ。
ロブロイわし
Oh.
のペルソナ
Okay. And does that activate right away? Let's see. Or does it just expire on her turn?
オッケー。パック完了。
Oh no, she stays in
い
it.
ける
Interesting. Okay.
ムッシッシン。パスワード解除。
Oh, you can?
準備はいい？サンドリオ。
Oh yeah, she's a single target. That's right.
集中していきましょう。必殺いけるぞ。華麗にやっちゃって。
And it doesn't expire until the next turn.
ショータイムだ
Interesting. Okay. Mm.
貴重なもののようだ
What is this? Oh. Oh, an anachronism.
ふむ
I understand. I understand. Calm down. Boop. Wait. Boop. Okay. Alright. What's over here? Anything? I'm down. Just looking for breakables here. Okay. No accessible doors. Oh, hi.
あれは
何かの正気をまとっているな。他のシャドウと雰囲気が違うようだが、もしかすると奴を打ち倒すことが先に進むためのキーかもしれん。
あれがシャドウ？キャトル先輩と全然姿が違いますけど、本当にシャドウなんですか？
むいや待てバイオレットなんでわしがシャドウと似てると思っとる
だってさっき皆さんに会う前にモナ先輩が。
ってことで、お前のコードネームは仮にバイオレットって呼ばせてもらうぜ。我が輩はここではモナだ。こいつのことはジョーカーで頼む。
はい、わかりました。
これから我が輩たちはこの空間に閉じ込められた原因を探すわけだが、シャドウを見つけたらすぐに教えてくれ。まだお前は戦闘慣れしていないからな。
了解です。ところで、そのシャドウっていうのはどんな姿をしてるんですか？
ああ、それはな、フードをかぶっていてフクロウっぽいやつで
Okay.
メガネザルのようななりをしてる。
Okay.
全部お前のせいではないかこのクソ猫もどきが
Alright, that's a good one.
いや、でも無 無事にお前らと合流できただろ結果オーライってやつだぜ。
じゃあキャトル先輩はシャドウに似てないんですね。
似ててたまるか。
Well played. Well played. Joker.
ノーコメントで頼む。
No.
まあいい。とにかくわしらの目的はあのシャドウの撃破だ。
Well played. Very cheeky.
行くぞ。
I thought she was gonna pull out some trauma or something. But no. That's even better.
手は抜きません。
来いアルセーヌ。ペルソナ。
やっちゃいましょう。
ペルソナ
So can she not earn
私の力で
steps when it's activated?
道を切り開くよ。サンドリオン。
ペルソナ
Huh.
これでどうだ。
羽ばたけローブロイ。わしのペルソナ。どうだいこの程度。
ハッキングだ。ミッシシ私のパスワード解除。見せてサンドリオン。集中していきましょう。必殺いけるぞ。華麗にやっちゃって。
アルセーヌ。決めるぞ。
Let's see.
ペルソナ。
その服似合ってないよ。
アルセーヌ。仕留めるぞ。ペルソナ。
Oh no, wait. Her partner thing faded. I couldn't see. I'm gonna use one to see if she gains
な
them.
んとかなったな。
だがかなりの強敵だった。
Yeah, they were okay.
バイオレット。
はい、皆さんのおかげで問題ありません。ジョーカー先輩とワンダー先輩の連携もお見事でした。
ワンダーの力あってこそだ。だがどうしてだろうな。君とは初めて出会った時から連携がうまくいっていた気がする。
So reminiscent. Yeah. Somehow we felt like an experience over and over again. I like it.
お前らはどことなく似てる雰囲気もある。
あ、わかります。やっぱりお互い怪盗団のリーダーだからですかね。
Probably not a coincidence.
先の道へ進めるようになったようだ。では行こうか。
Okay.
チャンス。一気にやっちゃって。
ショータイムだ。アルセーヌ。
サンドリオン。手は抜きません。
Oh, we could have waited. Okay.
ペルソナ。
やっちゃいましょう。
Oh, can you get? Oh, you can. That's intriguing.
やります。
Okay.
もう一度。
Moisto.
アルセーヌ。
Nice.
仕留めるぞ。
I understand more.
やっちゃいましょう。
Oh, I could have tested if she could get an extra step
これでどうだ。
without activating. After activating.
ここ宝箱取ってないのある。すごいです。
いただいていこう。
Interesting layout. Okay. Where's that last thing at? Anyway. Okay. I'm just gonna press this button. I don't know where it goes to. Is like pressing the big red button. Don't press the big red button. See big red button? Press it.
なんでしょうか。
Oh, I'm missing 6 heart things. Where are you? Oh, there, I see them. Grappling. Here's my grapple point. Alright. Let's do this. Okay. Rest before proceeding? Nah. Okay. Okay, oh, you look interesting. In the midst of exploration, the phantom thieves find themselves trapped in a room of the palace. A shadow shrouded in a sinister aura mutters cryptic words. Okay, we're locked in.
期待してくれていいぞ。
待ちくたびれたぞ。
Can't bring JC along just to be like, yo. Intriguing. It's a strong enemy up ahead, but something about it feels different to the shadows we defeated earlier. And we can't let our guard down. Okay. Alright. Yoink. Yoink. What's back here? Okay. Yoink. We just look at what this does. Okay. Can we collect these? We can. Alright. Oop. Wait. Oh. I should have checked. There was... Oh. We were gonna get it anyway. More anachronisms. Or shut. Okay. Or not. I thought this anachronism would be like going back to... Oh. Okay.
あらかたここも調べたが、先に進めるような仕掛けはなかったな。
ああ、おそらくこのシャドウを打ち倒すことが条件なのだろう。
今回の敵も強そうですね。それに他のシャドウよりも不気味に感じます。
教授、生は。
Interesting.
なんだ。あいつ今喋ったのか？
教授、生は。己の逃避の意志を。
Is he being corrupted? say like a scientist under stress, perhaps.
見せて油断は禁
Hmm.
止だぞ。
手は抜きません。
うまいアルセールペルソナ
いい出撃だ。
やっちゃいましょう。
必殺いけるぞ。華麗にやっちゃって。
続けていきますね。見せてください。
ゲームオーバーだ。よし、一丁上がりだ。
何だったのだあやつは。戦う前には不可解なことを口にしていたようだが。
バイオレット大丈夫か？
あ、はい。すみません。少しぼーっとしてました。ご心配いただいてありがとうございます。私は大丈夫です。
She's incredibly formal.
しかしシャドウを倒したわけだが、今回は特に何も起きる様子がないな。
ああ、それにこの世界に入ってからずっと匂いを感じてね。
Are you looking for a snack?
コアの匂いだよ。我が輩の鼻が全然反応しねえんだ。
Hmm.
猫もどきの鼻の精度はさておき、わしもずっとコアの気配を感じていない。
お前は本当に一言多いな。まあでもつまりそういうことだ。コアのありかがさっぱりわかんねえ。
コアを手に入れないと元の世界に戻れないんですよね。
ああ、今まではそうだった。
探索していればやがて気配も見つかると思っていたが。
手がかりなしで闇雲に動くのもな。
とはいえどうするか。
Okay.
ですね。私、とあるクラブに所属しているんですが、団体戦の時にでもこういったどうしようって空気はよくあるんです。そんな時は大胆に話題を変えましょう。そうすると意外
Change the topic?
と頭がすっきりするんですよね。
Yeah.
ですから全然関係のない私の話をしてもいいでしょうか。
Alright.
ありがとうございます、ワンダー先輩。本当に関係ないのでさらっと聞いてくださいね。今私たちって閉じ込められちゃってますよね。でもちょっとだけ私にはそれが嬉しいんです。
Hmm. Here comes the thing.
はい。
Her trauma.
でもこんな風に思う
Hang on.
私が変だなっていうのは自覚しています。わけもわからずここに飛ばされてきて閉じ込められてるっていう状況ですし、もちろんずっとここから出られないのは嫌です。だけど日常よりもここの方が安心
There
で
it
きちゃっ
is.
て、
Lack of support.
それでどうしてかなって自分なりにいろいろ考えてみたんですが、多分これかなっていう理由に思い当たりました。私新体操をやってるんですけど、先日の大会で3位になっちゃったんです。
Oh, that explains the gymnastics and the stepping and like her somewhat like it's almost she has like she does the ribbon dances motions.
ではダメなんです。学校からは特待生だから優勝して当然だと言われていて、次の大会でも同じ結果のようだったら特待生は外されるかもしれなくて。
生徒をそのように追い詰めても良い結果は生まぬように思うが。
ありがとうございます。でも今までの私ならきっと優勝できてたと思うんです。だからそれでちょっと追い詰められちゃって、ついでに特待生だから特別扱いされてるってクラスでも受け気味なんです。学校にいると息が詰まるっていうか。
Okay.
バイオレット。
Oh, so it's more like
非
escapism.
日常の中にいる今ってちょっとだけ気が楽だなと思いまして。
Yeah. As opposed to a seeking companionship or lack of companionship.
分かってるんですけどね。
Yeah. Escapism. Interesting.
それは
ごめんなさい。話していいよって言っていただいたからってこんな重たい話。
I was expecting that one scene back. Sudden drama dump. 全然大丈
ありが
夫です。
とうござい
ね。
ます。でも皆さんに聞いていただいてすっきりしました。
Okay. She's hung.
急に真面目な話をしちゃったせいかお腹が空いてきたみたいです。
Palate cleanser
ジョ
from the
ーカー
trauma.
先輩、帰ったらまたファミレスに付き合ってくれませんか？
それは構わない。ただ手持ちが
What?
我が輩も見たことあるが、バイオレットの食事量は
Of course.
すさまじいからな。
She's a gymnast, right?
それほどでもないですよ。運動後ならおかわりを5回ぐらいする程度です。
細身の体だが、ずいぶん食欲旺盛なようだな。
Bro
クローザーとも話が合いそうだ。
lines up with closer.
クローザーさん？あ、さっき教えていただいた
元は
そちらの街道団の方ですね。私も食べるのは大好きなので、機会があればぜひお食事もご一緒したいです。
盛り上がっているところに水を差すようだが、強力なシャドウの気配を感じ取った。ああ、我が輩もだ。コアの匂いはしねえが、こいつはかなり怪しいぜ。
他に手がかりもない。行ってみよう、ワンダ。
Calm down. Oh, okay. Something over there. Little booty guy. Hang on. Oh, look. Okay.
あれ、なんでしょうか。すごいです。一気にやっちゃってサンドリオン、手は抜きません。
ショータイムだ。アルセーヌ、アルセーヌ、ペルソナ。
やっちゃいましょう。相手が倒れた。今だ。
Oh, wait. Okay.
ドン。いいぞワンダ。続けていきますね。相手が倒れた。今だ。見せ
Her
てくだ
like
さい。
poses. I get where the gymnastics part comes in, but
ペルソナ
kind of weird.
これでどうだ。
みんなお疲れさんだ。
A rapier with her gymnastic pose is interesting. She's more so doing like a sword dance-esque thing. Alright, we can't just like walk over the trash. We have to It's okay if Locke disappears. It's all in the subconscious anyways, you know? Convenient explanation.
戻ってきたな。キャトル、シャドウの反応はどっちだ？
わしが感じた方向はこっちだ。
どっちだ？えAlright. Where's that big party pooper at? Wait, did I miss the party pooper?
あれ、なんでしょうか。すごいです。
Oh, there's the party pooper. Oh, I can't drop down in both directions.
えーっと
Those two bullet holes in the mask, though. That's interesting.
頑張って戦いましょう。
敵発見。準備いい油断は禁物だぞ。
下がりは手は抜きません。
来い、アルセーヌ、ペルソナ。
やっちゃいましょう。
敵ダウンだ。
ペルソナ。これでどうだ。
チャージ完了だ。ぶっ放せ。
Oh, it already expired, though.
ショータイムだ、アルセーヌ。
私の力で道を切り開くよ。
最撃破確認。
I'm a fan of all these, like, early actions, though. For clearing purposes. Okay. Moving, one more piece. Let's go. Wait. Was it okay? Yeah, it's okay. Alright. Shadows have... Okay. Strangely, there seems to be no detectable core within this palace. Could the sinister shadows be the key to their escape? Next time on... I'm kidding. Alright, let's go. Okay. We're still locked in.
任しとけ。
一緒に頑張りましょう。
一緒に頑張りましょう。Okay, alright. Oop. I don't know where it goes. We're just gonna press the red buttons. One day they're gonna set up a trap where like you press the red buttons and something bad happens. You know? Sooner or later. Condition response. Play on condition response.
すごいです。
シャドウの気配が近くなったぞ。
行こうぜ、みんな。
行こうぜ。Just breaking everything.
あれ、なんでしょうか。
I kind of like how like these are broken displays. Kind of gives that little creepy vibe.
すごいです。
The displays are broken. I mean, however limited assets there are. Okay.
見せて一気にやっちゃって手は抜きません。
来いアルセペルソナ。
やっちゃいましょう。敵ダウンだ。敵ダウン。いいぞワンダー。続けていきますね。いいぞ敵ダウンだ。ゴーファイト。
ペルソナいただいていく。
ロブロイわしのペルソナ
Oh. I keep forgetting to trigger a masquerade to end the battle.
見せてサンドリオン。やっちゃいましょう。お疲れさんだ。
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Alright. Okay, we're good. Whatever button this is, we're pressing it. I'm curious if P5R includes such a trap. Like, alright, you think always pushing a button is the way to go? Well, we're gonna get you for that one. It's kind of like later on when you play like FPS games, you always attack the first thing you see, and then later on they would give you something where you're not supposed to attack the thing. Try to subvert expectations. It's a little bit of a gimmick, especially in turn-based games. It happens quite often. It's just so the condition response is very strong. Alright, I think we're good. We are. Go in.
あのシャドウの雰囲気、他の奴らとは違うみたいだな。
ふむ、今回のパレスはコアのダッシュというよりシャドウの撃破が脱出の鍵なのかもしれん。
行きましょう皆さん。
落ち着いていこう。
敵発見。準備はいい。禁物だぞ。サンドリ手は抜きません。
ショータイムだ。アルセーヌ。アルセーヌ。
Oh, that didn't. Okay, that didn't give a step.
やっちゃいましょう。
もう一度。来いアルセーヌ。仕留めるぞ。ペルソナ。
いや、やっちゃいましょう。私の力で道を切り開くよ。サンドリオン。鍛錬の成果お見せします。みんなお疲れ様。
よし、ミッション完了だ。
一応完
こ
了だ。
れで先に進む何かにつながれば良いのだが。
完了。
なんだ？警報？
警報？ Interesting. Yeah.
出入り口がもしかして閉じ込められちゃいました。
そのようだな。
尊用だら。Interesting.
いや、お二人ともどうしてそんなに冷静なんですか？
え？
私たち閉じ込められちゃったんですよ。
大丈夫です。
いや、なんとなく慣れてるというか。
そうです。
我が輩たちは怪盗だからな。こんなハプニングなんてしょっちゅうだぜ。
警報が鳴ったとしても冷静に対処する。それが怪盗としての心構えだ。
そうなんですね。 怪盗ってすごい。
あっちから異様なシャドウの気配がするな。かなり強力なやつだ。
わしも感じた。警報が鳴った後に出現したようだ。故におそらくそいつを撃破すれば解錠できる。
よし、行くぞ。
So, same plan. Okay. This is only part 1, so we won't be able to see the conclusion to this arc until Akechi. The group continues their exploration of the palace with the newcomer. Alright, Violetto. Sensing even stronger. Alright, let's go. In we go. Wow, so they really... Unexpected.
お力になりますね、先輩。
Stick with the core story character. Cool. Alright. Gates locked up. Let's go. No problems. Gain access. The floating security cameras, though.
ここ宝箱取ってないのある。すごいです。
Hang on. I want to press that button, but not yet. This is an interesting layout. Oh, hi. Ganesha.
準備はいい。油断は禁物だぞ。手は抜きません。
Ganesh. Not Ganesha. Ganesh.
うまい。アルセールペルソナ。
やっちゃいましょう。私の力で道を切り開くよ。サンドリオン。
ペルソナ
Nanina.
いただいていく。
必殺いけるぞ。華麗にやっちゃって。
ショータイムだ。アルセール。
羽ばたけローブロイ。わしのペルソナ。
遅い遅い。おー、ナイス回避。支援準備完了だ。よしし。わ。パスワード解除。
Oh, we can test to... Do you gain a step? You do. Okay. And she's still in Masquerade
アルセール。
if you activate it.
決める。
先を急ごう。
Okay. Intriguing.
あれ、なんでしょうか。
According to the display, anyway. I'm not sure if that's an error in display or not. Okay. Alright, now we press the button. Oh. Alright, okay. That was the console. Alright, cool. We're above. Boop. Boop. Oh my goodness. It like auto targets, like even if you want to hit the breakable,
発見見せて。油断は禁物だぞ。手
it
は抜きません。
prioritizes the enemy.
来い。アルセールペルソナ。
いや、やっちゃいましょう。
ペルソナこれでどうだ。
相手が倒れた。今だ。
受け切れるか。全てを奪ってくれる。
ゲームオーバーだ。
Alright. What is this? Oh.
すごいです。
Alright. Is there anything over here?
貴重なもののようだ。いただいていこう。見つけたぞ。なんだ貴様は。
いた。あい、
なんでしょう、あの姿。他のシャドウとも全然違うような。
欲望があらわになった姿となっているな。侵入者を察知して出現したか。かなり強力な相手と見受ける。準備はいいか、ワンダー。
Go!
さあ、ショータイムだ。
Showtime だ。
敵発見。油断は禁物だぞ。
準備はいい？サンドリオン、手は抜きません。
ショータイムだ。アルセーヌ。うまい。アルセーヌ決めるぞ。ペルソナ。
やっちゃいましょう。
もう一度。
もう一度。
アルセーヌ。仕留めるぞ。ペルソナ。
やっちゃいましょう。私の力で
ペルソナ
待てよ。
道を切り開くよ。サンドリオン。
Okay.
なんとかなったな。
バイオレット、連戦だが疲労はないか。お前はまだ新人だからな。
はい、大丈夫です。むしろたくさん運動ができて、さっきお話しした悩みも吹っ飛んじゃいそうです。
頼もしいぜ。そうだ、ここから出られたら心の怪盗団に正式に入るってのはどうだ？
それはお断りします。今は私、新体操に集中したいですから。
Oh, so it's okay.
さっきの流れならいけると思ったんだが。
Join Luferu. It's fine.
ほ残念だったな、スカウト猫もどきよ。
うっせえメガネザル。お前だってクイーンに何度も振られたくせに。
Alright.
シャドウは倒せたが、扉が開く様子がないな。
ああ、さっきのシャドウを倒した後に他の場所でまた何かが生まれた気配がした。
そっちにもおそらくシャドウがいるな。まずは向かってみようぜ。
Wait. Or, okay. I was gonna check the other, but I picked the wrong option. Heck! Dang it. I literally, I meant to click no, but the response is not no. Like, they didn't, the second response is not no. The second response is yes. Like, to move on. Of all the times where they would flip the choices. Oh, wait, can I drop down there? No. Oh, we have to do this again too.
敵発見せて油断は禁物だぞ。手は抜きません。
来いアルセール決めるぞペルソナ
やっちゃいましょう。
ペルソナいただいていく。
チャージ完了だ。ぶっ放せ。
私の力で
Can I take you out?
道を切り開くよ。サンドリオン。
The crit. Okay. Oh, no. Wait. Oh, wait, maybe not. Wait. Did I miss two? Oh, I saw it. Oh, I just missed it on because it's up here. Oh, I missed another one. Where did the other one go? It's towards this. Interesting. I'm usually pretty decently diligent. Because we already went over here, right? Oh. Oh no, wait. That's the other. Can I go here? No? Did I really miss going? What? Hmm. No. No. Hmm. Interesting. This is the entire sequence. Oh my goodness, that was. Oh, that kind of looked creepy.
標的に囲まれたぞ。
見てな見てな
見せて。
Hmm.
サンドリオン。手は抜きません。
So did it happen before?
ショータイムだアルセールアルセール仕留めるぞペルソナ
やっちゃいましょう。
これはまずいね
もう一撃やります。
なんてこ
もう一度アルセール仕留めるぞペルソナ
なんてこったい
Oh, I see it. The rose is actually red. Oh no, no, no. That's before you enter Masquerade. Huh.
見つけたぞ見つけたぞ
I don't see where there's another point. Okay, so there's no other point here. Oh, does it? No, no, no. Oh! Oh my goodness.
いただいていこう
I didn't look at the center of all places. Alright, that's fine. You look everywhere except in front of you. Makes sense. Alright. Buffetto sensed the presence, however, this shadow seems to possess a desire to save people. Intriguing.
期待してくれていいぞ。
次は
A slight remix. That one track. Okay. Alright. Both directions.
なんだ貴様は。
あれ、なんでしょうか。すごいです。
Right. Oh. Hi.
あの強力なシャドウたちが2体だとは。
ち、めんどくせえことになりそうだ。
ですが、脱出するためにはやるしかなさそうです。行きましょう、先輩。
敵発見。準備はいい。油断は禁物だぞ。
手は抜きません。
うまいアルセールペルソナ
やっちゃいましょう。もう一撃やります。
ペルソナディオニュソスドミニオンメルキセデク受けてみろ。
羽ばたけローブラ。わしのペルソナ。
必殺いけるぞ。華麗にやっちゃって。
この程度。
ハッキングタイム。よしし私パスワード解除。準備はいい。
サンドリオやっちゃいましょう。私の力で道を切り開くよ。サンドリオ。やりましたね。
はあ、2体同時の相手はさすがに骨が折れたが、バイオレットの成長もあってわしらも連携が取りやすかったぞ。感謝する。
ありがとうございます。私も皆さんの力になれて嬉しいです。
ほう。ああ、いや、バイオレットは本当に素直で可愛げがあると思ってな。うちの怪盗団は元野球少女に料理人、そして令嬢と
Whoa, whoa. Getting strays here.
どいつもこいつも素直な性格とはかけ離れたような一
Whoa.
癖あるやつばかりでな。
でも個性があるって素晴らしいことじゃないですか。私なんてあの子に比べたら。ああ、いえ、何でもありません。それよりさっきどこかで何かが開いた音がしませんでしたか？
ああ、我が輩も聞いていた。閉ざされたドアが開いたのかもしれない。
では一度エントランスホールの方へ戻ってみよう。何か変化があるかもしれん。
Her mask makes her look like an owl. Boop. We press button when we see button. Okay. I haven't gone upstairs though. Boop. Okay. Maybe we should double back and go upstairs.
ここ宝箱取ってないのある。
いただいていこう。
See what's upstairs. Okay.
Showtime だ。アルセーヌ、アルセーヌ。ペルソナ。
やっちゃいましょ
もう一度。うまい。アルセーヌ、仕留めるぞ。ペルソナ。
う。やっちゃいましょう。私の力で道を切り開くよ。サントリ
ペルソナいただいていく。
オ。いい一撃だ。
舞うぞロブロイ、ロブロイ、わしのペルソナ。
What?
支援準備完了だ。
準備はいい。
私に任せろ。
サントリオ、集中していきましょう。
みんなお疲れさんだ。
All right.
ここ宝箱取ってないのある。
すごいです。
All right. So it was going upstairs first, or no? Hmm. Okay. Huh. Wonder if there are significances to that number. Another area. What? Oh, you couldn't. Okay. Oop.
あれ、なんでしょうか。
Yes, yes, yes. Oop. Okay.
貴重なもののようだ。いただいていこう。
Okay.
ふむ、
Let's go.
見慣れぬシャドウがいるな。
ああ、さっきあんなやつはいなかった。
ということは、私たちも徐々に先には進んでいるってことでしょうか。
確信は持てないが、コアの存在がない限りそう捉えていいかもしれんな。
んじゃ、一丁やってやるか。
Interesting. ATLUS no core.
敵発見。サントリオ。油断は禁物だぞ。
手は抜きません。
ショータイムだ。アルセーヌ。うまい。アルセーヌ。決めるぞ。ペルソナ。
やっちゃいましょう。
もう一度。来い。アルセーヌ。仕留めるぞ。ペルソナ。
やっちゃいましょう。
人間よ おやめなさい。
私の力で道を切り開くよ、サンドリオン。
よーし、やったな。
Yeah, it's fine.
手強い相手でしたね。
今の感は
ああ、あっちの方から感じた。
ふむ、今まで戦った奴らの中でも最も強い力を持ったシャドウが現れたようだ。
さしずめ、この謎のパレスのボスってとこだな。
じゃあそのシャドウを倒せば脱出できるってことなんでしょうか。
Maybe. Part 1? Abuna?
どうした二人とも。
いや、なんというかな、強い悪感を感じたが、これは敵なのか。
Interesting.
お前の言いたいことはわかるぜ。シャドウの割に悪意や敵意を感じないんだ。
敵じゃない。
ワンダ、このパレスに入る前にわしが感じていたことを覚えているか。そうだ。
あり得るとすれば、パレスの主がそういった思想を持っているとも言えるが、実際我が輩たちはここに捕らえられてる。それを救いとは思いがたい。それに怪盗ってのは何かに縛られず自由であるべきだからな。
お前と信念が被るのは尺だが同感だ。
じゃあ行こうか。バイオレット、大丈夫か。
はい、大丈夫です。行きましょう。
Okay. Our finale. After a fierce battle, the shadow appears to be defeated. At that moment, it rises once again and moves to attack when suddenly another individual appears. I guess Akechi shows up right at the end. Oh, that's interesting.
さっさと行くぞ、ジュスティーヌ。早く。任しとけ。
That song is so good. We're probably gonna hear that theme here, right? I'm aware of this boss already because we unlocked it in order for me to use my stamina. Shop. Okay. Nothing but the dude. Let's go.
あそこにいるの。
予想通り。
はい。
Go.
なぜ抗う。
Dancer of Dream.
永遠に夢を見続ければいいの。
夢？それってどういう。
バイオレット、惑わされるな。来るぞ。
敵発見。強め。油断は禁物だぞ。追い風を。
JC is just here for an anachronism, you know.
抗うことなど不毛。
Now let's take out the reinforcement first.
ペルソナディオニソス、これでどうだ。
サンドリオン、手は抜きません。制裁の時間だ。やっちゃいましょう。ペルソナ 行くぞジュスティーヌ。すぐに排除します。やっちゃいましょう。そうきましたか。
Ouchie.
オッケー、ハック完了。よししわたコードアップロード中。スタンバイ完了。よね、受けてみなさい。チャージ完了だ。ぶっ放せ。我らの力を貸しましょう。
ペルソナ、これでどうだ。
準備はいい？やっちゃいましょう。
One stock.
お仕置きの時間です。私の力で道を切り開くよ。サントリオン見せてやろう。我らの力を。行くぞジュスティーヌ。すぐに排除します。いい一撃だ。制裁の時間だ。みんなお疲れさんだ。
下げようとする。
Clap.
終わりましたね。
なぜ立ち向かう。夢こそ救済、逃避こそ真実。
危ねえ。
君たちちょっと爪が甘いんじゃない？
お前は。
ここは異世界だよ。最後まで気は抜かないようにね。
Oh, so he's the chivalrous guy. Alright. Right on time, buddy. You. So he's the chivalry guy. Well, we won't know until, how long is it gonna be? Let's double check. Double check. How long is it gonna be until until we see it complete? 26 days from now ish. Okay. So we just chill. Let's go grab our loots. That delicious 400. Now we get to look at the other stuff, right? So hang on, let me spend this currency that for things that aren't kind of relevant anymore. Actually, let's go grab all of these. The only things I'm really collecting are these. We collect the gems, we collect the revelation card stuff. And then that's about it. Everything else is superfluous right now. And we can listen to music, yeah. Like all of these are in excess because of not having banners to upgrade. Alright, so we can do the boss, right? So we have the level 30 activated, and in the mission it requires that we clear the level 30. So let's look at the boss, right? So the boss, the first phase of the battle, he basically alternates between the Pale Rider and the Red Rider, and then resummon them again in the second phase. So when he has one life stock in the second phase, he'll summon both at the same time, right? And when both of the summoned shadows are on the field, final damage against him is reduced, so you want to take out the other guys first. When the summoned shadows are defeated, it will summon them again 2 turns later, right? So you have 1 turn in between to deal some damage to him. When summoned shadows are on the field, the Dance of Dream will use Ethereal Substance on one of the shadows. Ethereal Substance after 3 turns, that summoned shadow will be sacrificed to restore its health, right? Then Pale Rider uses Brain Shake, which can inflict Brainwash, so it'll enables you to control that Phantom Thief, and they will attack your other Phantom Thieves. And then Red Rider uses Appeal to Retreat, which reduces your highlight gauge. And that's about it. It's a very... It's technically not a boss because like we haven't reached the end of the boss fight. It's more like the mid-boss. I don't know if people... get that joke, but it's actually an allusion to Nippon something that's kind of related to ATLUS back then. It was a joke back in Disgaea 1, the mid-boss. Well, at least the American English translation, the mid-boss. So this guy's more of the mid-boss. And then I'm guessing, let's see what modifiers I get. Increase baseline stats. And then the interval between, oh, then he summons every single turn instead of waiting. Restores more health, right? And more damage. It reduces the highlight gauge even more. The brainwash has a higher chance, right? And then, oh, his whip decreases the defense. So those are all the modifiers. What's the new one? Just more attack. So we haven't cleared this. I just saved it because you only need to clear up to 25 to get the same like amount of rewards for stamina, which is the similar structure for nearly every one of these bosses. And now we're just going to clear this for the sake of posterity. And where we're going to go with is this. We're going to have JC in the assassin role. And then all these supports for JC. JC in the assassin role has a single targeting attack and a AoE, which lines up for pretty much any of the boss. So let's see how well this scales. Usually these guys don't scale that well. Again, one of the things I enjoy about this game is that it is accessible without, like, I don't have Violet, right? For example. Before, it was a little bit more harsher, but because of JC, the reason why I'm not pulling now is because of Win and JC's timing. That was pretty much it. So in a way, if I didn't pull them, I would have pulled Violet. So yeah, that's basically the reason why I'm not using Violet or pulling for Violet, because I pulled for Winvast and or what is Win's new name? Tempest, Win, and JC. So we gotta take out the little guy first. Unless this hits it, but it's a single target now, so okay, it hit him instead. We don't want to use the highlight just yet. Let's see how much damage he does. Okay. Oh, that hurts. Ouchies. Oh! That's awkward. Okay. I should have used the, okay. So we don't want them to have a turn. Basically. Oh wait, I have them on assassin, so I should have just used the attack right away. I guess the alternative now is to Sandalfon recover. I can get rid of this using and execute this way. There we go. First stock. We'll use this since her SP is not cool. Am I gonna hit this? There's a chance. That's my... Yeah, there's a chance, so let's... Data link or Dominion. We're just gonna go in Revolution instead. Alright, and then we can catch E-Hook. The second one, because of Dominion. There we go. Oh, you're so mean. Wow, they just single targeted her down the entire time.
見せてやろう。我らの力を。ジュスティーヌ。すぐに排除します。
I don't know if I can complete
ペル
without
ソナドミニオンサンダルフォン
I guess we'll find out.
ドミニオンこれでどうだ
いい歌を届けよう。聞いてほしい。この歌を。
That's pretty lame. The solo. Oh no. No, we won't. That's pretty lame. Got lamed out. Pretty dang lame.
状態は
敵発見。油断は禁物だぞ。追い風を。
Does unlucky strike twice? That's the question.
ペルソナ
Oh wait, actually there was something about the lowest HP. They always strike the lowest HP thing in one of the descriptions. So maybe
本番だよ。カリオペ。聞いてほしい。
Win actually has the lowest HP.
大技発動じゃ。制裁の時間だ。
Okay, can land it on the particular one. We're just gonna use this now.
随分と抗ってはいたようだが。お仕置きの時間です。行くぞ、ジュスティーヌ。すぐに排除します。
Oh no, maybe not.
ハッキング。ムッシッシン。コードアップロード中。スタンバイ完了。咲き誇りなさい。受けてみなさい。
よくも
ペルソナこれでどうだ
カリオペ。これが私の全力の歌。お仕置きの時間です。行くぞ、ジュスティーヌ。すぐに排除します。
Oh no, this is gonna nuke him down.
制裁の時間だ。
Okay, there we go.
オッケー。
We're gonna wait.
私の出番だな。強め。追い風を。今ここに。
It should be good. Now those guys come up.
チャージ完了だ。
We switch to Dominion.
ドミニオンやめろ
Dominion's Bless. Data link. It's kind of the typical typical tech. You use if you're single targeting, you switch to Dionysus and then data link that instead. We're just gonna blow them up now.
随分と抗ってはいたようだが。
We won't wait. Right, Dominion still.
ペルソナ
Okay.
サンダルフォンディオニソス
Actually, then we Dominion.
これでどうだ
This brings up a question. Now, do I use the skill 1 or skill 2? Probably just.
随分と抗ってはいたよ
Or
うだが。
highlight 1.
永遠に眠れ
Oh, you butthead. That hurts so much.
ペルソナ。行くぞ、ジュスティーヌ。すぐに排除します。いい一撃だ。強め。受けてみなさい。
ペルソナ
Oh, we have downtime, so we
い
better.
ただいていく
本番だよ。カリオペ。聞いてほしい。この歌を。チャージ完了だ。そうきましたか。
Okay. That's causes her to survive. Now we have highlight on highlight 2. Oh! Wait. Oh, they're both down? Oh, yeah, I used that. Okay, okay, yeah. So... Hmm.
私の思いに応えて。強め。見せてやろう。我らの力を。
We can't actually take him out because of the high damage reduction. But this is gonna have to land on the right guy or him. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's a huge... It's huge damage reduction when they're up.
今ここに。
待てよ
Or past that point.
パスワード解除。
Pretty simple.
ディオニソスこれでどうだ
even if Tempest goes down or like Wind goes down.
カリオペこれが私の全力の歌そうきましたか
Oh,
見せてやろう
that's a
我ら
little
の
scary.
力を行くぞジュスティーヌすぐに排除します舞い踊れ受けてみなさいチャージ完了だぶっ放せ
So like now we make sure we're on Dionysus,
やめよ
and then Data Link Dionysus because
私ので
the single target highlight is psychic. It works so well. JC's stuff works so well with your usual investments. And then this is where we do cohesion instead.
いい歌を届けよう響き渡れどこまでも
Do it again.
随分と抗ってはいたようだが
Alright. That's a wrap. We get our badge. It's a badge. Alright. There it is. Hooray! And then now let's go do the dice stuff and see. So they added this new dice thing where each day you log in, you get 1 gold dice, and then you get 3 blue dice, which are 8-sided dice. The loaded dice must be really good. I have no idea at the moment. And then the 8-sided dice, you get a random thing. So apparently you do this board. It was a tutorial when you click in. I was just gonna read it. So you track along this board to get flowers, and then flowers can be exchanged for these items. And I don't know if there's a limit. There's probably you can only get a certain number of these. So you collect flowers and each day, and then you get dice for completing the arc, which we did, and then apparently there's a little boss here and there that give you rewards. So it's a kind of a cute way. And then the route looks like it routes along the mementos. So let's go do that and see how it goes. We'll just roll. I feel like let's roll the loaded dice. What does the loaded? So there's these little things here. We kind of want to. Let's just roll all the random ones before rolling the loaded dice one. So let's roll one. A 3. Aw. Okay, give me 3. This is the fun part. Aw. Oh, does loaded dice mean we can choose what we roll? So do we want to? You can obtain. Do we want to roll so that we land on special things? Nah, let's just do random. Darn. I'll just roll again. 6. What is this? Alright. Oh, you just get more flowers from that. Okay. What is this? Special effects. Honestly, we're probably gonna end up getting them all no matter what. Can we bypass? Oh, 8. Wait, roll the dice to earn rewards. Okay, so we get a free random roll, or we can use a loaded dice to get rewards. Interesting. So I guess this is where we want to use the loaded dice? Is that how this works? We'll use this. So we can choose 6, right? Oh, why is special effects 7 and 8? I don't know what special effect. Let's just YOLO. Alright, we got the thing that I was gonna use dice for. Alright. Can we get another 8? I just wanted to see the end. Alright. Give me an 8. 3. Okay, more flowers. What is... Okay. So special effects. Party defense is increased. Oh, okay. So it's okay. I mean, we're basically farming, and then you can reselect. Okay. Let's just keep rolling. Alright. We landed on one of these special effects. Parties, almighty damage is increased by 90%. Oh, that's done deal. JC is stocked. I wonder if the special effects reset. Alright. Let's keep going. 4. What is this blue one? Party crit damage is crit. Alright, that's good. I guess the gold ones are better than the blue ones? There are actually fewer blue ones than gold ones. Interesting. 6. Party's resistance pierce. Okay, more damage, right? Running along here. We need a challenge away at 150 squares. We're at 47 right now. It's blocked on the bottom left. Okay. Just high rolls. Oh, okay. When I said high rolls, it's not a 1. Alright. Pretty much all the other squares are flowers. So. Okay. This is fun. Oh. Except when you roll a 1. We're getting there. What is this one? Oh, you know, that's fine. More pierce resistance. Okay, so these, I think the blue ones, I think it might be only 1 modifier. Gotta love those 8s. Ooh, assassin's ally damage is still can be relevant to JC. We still haven't like encountered the boss yet, but let's go get to the boss. A white one. Okay, so the white one is just defense. Going more defense here. Oh, HP. Oh, okay. Defensive things. Alright. Oh my gosh, all these double 1s, please. 8s, I'll take 8s. More defense. I wonder how tough the boss is. Requiring these things. Alright. More HP. 8. We're getting there. 125. Oh, okay. I'll take it. Extra golden flowers. So golden flowers are good. Okay. Alright, we're at 138. 40. 145. Alright. Okay. Alright. So here's the guy. Get more pierce. Alright. So now we have a boss. We can start. Okay, here are all our modifiers. What does the boss have? All defense, all attack. Can we see the boss? Okay. We're basically using JC, so it'll be okay. And we had a modifier for Almighty. Maybe we don't need Cherish. Let's see how strong the boss it actually is. And we're doing Assassin. Okay. Right. I mean, obviously it probably blows up, right? Let's find out. I basically invested 4 banners into these 2 characters, so you might as well use them. Goodbye. He has like JC has like 300%, right? Kind of. Alright, so we move on to the next area. Oh. Oh, you can refresh? Interesting, you can refresh this and go through it again? Normal, easy. Okay, so now we go up to normal. Alright, time to roll again. 150. Rip. Give me all 8s. I just want to run. So I guess the special effects reset. So you really are farming flowers for the most part. The bosses do give you flowers too, so you kind of want to roll high and ailments. Oh, I haven't ran into one of these. Oh, they give you stuff and a special interesting. You can choose to discard it. Is there a max?
さっさと行くぞジュスティーヌ。ええ、早くか。いいライブにしようね。任しとけ。
How tough can they be, right?
いいライブにしようね。
Only you? Okay.
敵発見。潮目。油断は禁物だぞ。追い風を。今ここに。
ペルソナーディオニソス、これでどうだ。
いい歌を届けよう。聞いてほしいこの歌を。チャージ完了だ。ぶっ放せ。制裁の時間だ。
Kaboom?
オッケー。
Kaboom.
先を急ごう。
Okay. Crit rate? Alright, cool. Give me all 8s. Come on, 7? I'll take 7s. Landed on a nice flower thing. Okay. Just keep rolling. We'll keep rolling until all the dice, all the random dice rolls out, I suppose. We'll keep the loaded ones. Party attack. Okay, so pretty random actually. 8. Gotta love seeing the 8. I kind of want to see what the last floor is, but we won't have enough dice until we get to the last floor. Roll, drive 8 squares, roll 1. Interesting. I don't know, just random. Let's roll 1. Okay. That's fine for average. I see, so sometimes those can happen. I think we might have seen all the permutations. We can get to the end of this boss. Good damage. Oh, give me those big rolls. Oh, come on. Nice. 1 and 8. Okay. Landing on any gold flowers. Spots are good. There's certainly one way to get a roll addiction. Party Pierce. I don't think we have to worry about mods or anything. Or like the entire event. Let's see. 8. Alright. Almighty damage again. It's interesting that they picked almighty damage. Is that by... Was that a coincidence, maybe? Reroll. Rerolls are good. Don't have to use up a dice. Oh, okay. Unless that happens. Oh, there's win. Oh, come on. Highlight damage? Oh, okay. I'll take it. Alright, so we got to the boss. Assassin damage. Alright, what do you are? Okay. More modifiers for this guy. Okay. Oh, it is a... I see. So it's adding on top. That's kind of cute. Cute. I think we switch over to Sweeper. Oh no, I did see the assassin buff though. Right. No big deal, right? I think we can get to the 3rd stage boss, and then that's as far as we can go. We have to wait for a dice to roll in. Unintended.
制裁の時間だ。随分と抗ってはいたようだが。
Okay. Alright. Stage 3! And then I'm guessing if you have more dice, you can re-roll and start the whole process over again. Let's see how far we can get. Ooh, wait, 160. Oh, the rewards kind of go. We'll just YOLO it. Oh, fine. One. We have 37 more, and that could get us to the end of the stage possibly. If we just roll big or not. Come on. It is mathematically possible still. With just random rolls. Okay. Becoming less and less likely. Oh, okay. Yeah, you kind of want to land on them. The red ones. The red ones are definitely the way to go. Kind of reminds me of oh no, I hit the wrong thing, but that's fine. That sucks. I actually have the wrong setup for JC. Oh well. It keeps resetting. So now it's on like some he's on medic, or she's on medic. They're on medic. Oh, that sucks. It's gonna be long and painful now. There's a weakness here? Doesn't do very much. That awkward moments. You pick the wrong loadout. But if there's anything to mess up, it's probably medic, because we have sustain now. Just get rid of that. No danger. Improvise. Oh. It's fine. Alright. Next one. Still mathematically possible. We're at 40 and we have 27. Got to average pretty high. Alright. Nice. Okay, cool. Cool. I think we're out of reach now. Yeah, we're out of reach. There's a weird hitching on this. Oh, actually, still mathematically possible. Yeah, still mathematically possible. Nope. Have to roll like a boss. We're at 125 with 7 rolls left. We have to be like a whole string of 8s. Have to roll average of 4s in the next ones. Rip. Have to roll 2 5s at least. Okay. Have to roll a 7. Oh, there we go. 0 dice left, or random dice. Made it. Okay. There's still one more boss though. So now there's 3 of them, right? Yeah. Does emphasize. I know it'd be easier if I switched my main party, but I feel like we can just get away with sweep. And just sweep them right off the bat. I don't know how much their HP scaling is, but now we're reaching the sweep. Sweep preference. Goodbye. Oh no. Oh no. That is way heavier HP. Okay, we gotta pay attention now. Oh, we have to wait. Hold the phone. Oh no, wait. Okay. Oh my, okay. Okay, that's actually kind of serious. That's some serious damage. So we do need to farm for some effects on the next one, but I won't be able to do it until we get more dice, so that's crazy amount of damage. Okay. So we needed to cherish. Oh man. I don't think she's gonna survive. I think we dump now. She's gonna go out. Can I not knock you down? Oh, I can. They highlight heals. That's why I was using it. I used the... Oh no, I screwed up. It's fine. This is still fine. Oh my, that is... Is he guaranteed to always attack the same unit? Well, that's fine. Good news is I actually already executed the catchy chord. Now I'm gonna switch. So lame when units target the same unit over and over again. Yep.
受けてみろ。
I think this will line up, right?
必殺いけ
Okay.
るぞ。
Yes.
華麗にやっちゃって。随分と抗ってはいたようだが。ペルソナ。行くぞ、ジュスティーヌ。すぐ排除します。
Should be good enough.
制裁の時間だ。みんなお疲れさんだ。
Okay. Good. Ooh. So you kind of need resilience. Right, so now we're on the 4th, but oh, it's in 50 squares. Okay. So you kind of want to, oh, maybe you can refresh the tiers. So you only refresh like the bottom tier, like when you're on route. Maybe they're separate refreshes, so you quickly do this, you refresh, quickly do this, refresh, you get the rest. Let's see how much stuff you get at the end. Oh, yeah, you need 1 to clear the, and then use loaded die. You need 1 to clear the 4th challenge boss, I see. Neat! Watching the game? Oh, hey, Beth. Hello, hello. It's a fun game. All right, so well, we buy these. Obviously, we buy the ticket, and then we buy the bells, and then that's it. Like we maybe buy these and these. How many do we get of this? Yeah, there's really not much you need. How much is there? Can I just go max? Oh, 100. Wait. You watch another stream, play Persona games once upon a time? Oh yeah, we're gonna do a legacy soon, actually. How many are these? Oh, this tells you 25 flag. Oh, it means 25. Okay, I see. Interesting. You got overwhelmed with streaming though. That's unfortunate to hear. Fairly common thing. Alright, so that's it for the dice thing. So you could probably use your imagination. Nightmare, we'll probably put in Cherish. And you can like load the dice. Oh, they're all special effects. Almost all of them are special effects. Interesting. So basically you are set up to be successful against the boss. That's interesting. They don't even need to do... Oh, and they're... Wait. Oh, it's free random rolls. What? Hold up. Is the first one always random? No, when you get to the last one, you just random roll all the time. Oh, that's really cute. That's really neat. So you didn't even need the loaded die. Alright, let's just do it with all random rolls first. And you have to use a specific number of random die to get the reward, so... You can probably manipulate and just blow up the boss. Let's just... So I didn't even need to wait. We got exactly the right amount. Like random rolls, we had exactly the number of dice, man. That's cool. Alright, so now we're gonna do the final boss. Neat. We get to cover the final guy. Okay, we got some party attack. You're just basically farming for good modifiers. Resistant... I mean, pierce? Nice. Pen? Oh no. Oh, it's the other way around. Just kidding. I see. So that's pen. Element accuracy, not so great. Defense could be useful. No, we're using cherish, so we just want attack. Give me more attack. And you kind of want to roll low, since we just roll low. Oh wait, can you keep going? Hold up. It says the boss is at 50, but does that mean you can keep rolling past 50? Hold up. Oh yeah, you can just keep rolling. That's kind of humorous. Maybe, is there an end to this board? Okay, 20%. Is there an end to this board? Okay. More, okay. I just need, give me more damage. Crit damage. More party attack. That's okay. Party defense. I'm genuinely curious if there's an end to this board. Electric wind, it's not relevant. Pierce is good. Party attacks, meh. Defense is possibly useful. It improves Cherish. Cherish scales off defense. For shields. HP, kind of irrelevant. What are other choices? More defense. Crit damage is good. I'm seeing if there's anything past 100. Party attack is meh. Want almighty damage if possible. Element accuracy is not relevant. Come on. Party damage dealt, okay. Oh, okay, there is an end. Alright. So you're basically hoping you roll low and get as many rolls as possible. Okay, they're all 20%. And then this should be the full fat team, yeah. Which we have in Astrolabe, which I'll be recording a different time. I thought I would make enough time for Astrolabe today. Like the full recording run. I'll do it on another time. I mean, if I'm really ambitious, it would take like 3 hours. To record the solo attempt. I've already done it, so every Astrolabe season I would record that one being accomplished, free to play, right? Free to play. So let's go into this. I don't think I saw any modifiers for Sweeper. We're gonna use Cherish to scale off the defense to keep safe. Sweeper, right? And then this is the order of our team. I can't wait for Turbo to be introduced, but Turbo doesn't really fit at the moment into this. We'll see. I think Turbo can work with JC, so that's the plan. As opposed to using Cord. The next poll is Turbo, which is in less than 2 weeks. Oh my goodness, how much HP do you guys actually have? Oh, this kind of feels like the Astrolabe setup. Okay. We have enough defense, that's good to know. Oh yeah, they can Ultra Freeze, as long as it doesn't land on JC. This reminds me of the really tough Astrolabe thing from last season. The Resonance one. But we have a lot of defense because of the modifiers. I think we're perfectly safe. So you can farm this to your heart's content to get the rest of the flowers. You don't even need I guess you don't even need, unless the refresh. I have to see if the refresh means that you start over from the beginning. How much does this do? This would be the test. It's pretty decent. I don't think they have any permanent scalings. The Seth group has permanent scaling, and also maybe the Bishimonten group also has permanent scaling, I think. But I don't think this group has permanent scaling. I'm gonna wait for. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I think the highlights can come up. Yeah.
私ので
So we trigger
バト
the
ルデータ
data
解析どれどれ
on Dominion,
受けてみろ
and this allows
必殺いけるぞ
a follow-up.
華麗にやっちゃって随分と抗ってはいたようだがお仕置きの時間です
Uh,
行くぞジュスティーヌすぐに排除します
Get some free hits in. If you don't mind, as an update aside, Wakotabi is definitely slowing you down now with a casual form and various conjugations. Oh, well, that means that you have stuff to learn, right?
もう一度だ
Isn't that neat? I'm still waiting for their like new NG Plus update that they were talking about, and then we'll be revisiting Wakotabi then.
してアマルテや効率
You've never really studied more than formal conjugation, but you're learning the best you can.
咲き誇りなさい
Ganbatte.
強め
Well, definitely.
みんなを守って褒めてやる強め
I would love to hear how that goes with using Wakotabi for the casual.
サンダルフォンディオニソスこれでどうだ
There's a new character, or there's a character in Persona 5R, like that was collaboration today, or this patch. Her name is Kasumi and Violetto. And she speaks like very formally. Everyone is like a senpai to her. So if you heard her speak, you could probably pick up most of the stuff. It's pretty great how the ending to like the formal form can help you mark and orient a lot of the what they're saying over time. Your biggest thing is usually getting things backwards. Yeah, you mentioned that before. It is part of the growing, like one of the growing pains.
行くぞジュスティーヌ
Perfectly
すぐに排除
understandable.
します制裁の時間だ
Oh yeah, so we're really safe because Cherish scales off defense and they just throw defense at you.
必ず守るからねアマルテや
Cherish is consistently being able to
華麗にやっちゃって
outweigh
私の思いに
the damage as long as you can survive. Oh well, actually I guess there is a turn
追い
limit,
風を今こ
but
こ
we're
に
only on 30-second action.
この技じゃない
What can I? It's probably gonna be this. So. Oh wait, we're not on that turn.
カード解除
ペルソナサンダルフォンディオニソス受けてみろ
ペルソナ行くぞジュスティーヌすぐに排除します
Did that just do negative damage?
そうきましたか
Oh, he had a shield on.
おーナイス回避
してアマル
I
テや
see.
効率け
Well, he had the protective shield.
咲き誇りなさい血をみんなを守って
助かるよ
強めオッケーミッシシ
You do find my positive approach inspiring, so thank you for indulging our update. Absolutely. Anytime. That is what I am here for.
この技じゃない
ミッシシ私の出番バトルデータ
If there are problems, you know, like backward stuff, talking about them is incredibly
受け
underrated.
てみろ
Like sharing and talking, that gets one to intuitively be attentive, right? Like if you have particular pet peeves, talking about them and discussing it with someone who can relate, just it happens. Like what I mean is you don't have to be someone who's analytical and hyper attentive and high functioning. Engaging in conversations with very specific topics in general with like a positive or an empathetic resonance, right, can legitimately intuitively improve the understanding or comprehension. That's kind of why like talking to other people in a target language also works in that way. You just don't want to be a bother. Oh no, you're perfectly all right. That's why I'm here for, right? Maybe you might have a more experience with like when you mentioned that one guy who said that they did you did watch another streamer play Persona games once upon a time and he got overwhelmed with streaming. These in these times, without like human feedback and self-care and all that stuff, it's quite a common sight for that to happen. But rest assured, I am probably not one of those people, largely because I don't want to make it sound like this is an insignificant part of my life. It's a really significant part of my life, but the thing is, I was outside the internet and all of this stuff well before this, so rest assured one cannot be bothered. I intentionally do this, as opposed to, I do feel like when people are so, it's very common for people to feel like they're bothering another person, like, because when they're doing something, it's like one track mind, right? A lot of times to optimize your time, it's always everyone has to be common interests. They have to have common interests. It's very transactional. But I'm one of the minorities, in my opinion. I've had a life with professional backgrounds and things that I've done before. So I stream with a purpose. And the purpose is to be bothered, not a purpose to like maximize my time for my own development. And I know I don't know that person that you're referring to. However, a lot of times the vast majority of people who do this, they are still developing their identity or developing their career moves and whatnot. You can't possibly be a bother to someone like myself who intentionally want to be bothered while doing things. I'm always ready for a large digression of stuff, but definitely feel free if you ever feel you need someone that you can be perhaps guilt-free to bother. It would be great if I could tell you that my friends would also be really wonderful people who also do this. However, they can't be bothered somewhere else, like they work in science and all that stuff. But yeah, don't ever feel like it's guilty here. Obviously, I'm not trying to tell you that you can assume that about everyone else. I actually say the opposite. Most people, they probably can be bothered by that, largely because they're probably young, inspiring, lots of things are going on in their life. For myself, when I come on, I've already set aside amount of time. So if I like never finish this, it's perfectly all right. The whole intent is I'm making myself present, whatever I'm doing, and I would drop anything for a good discussion, right? People's times, like your time, right, is the most valuable thing. At least that's how I feel, one person at a time. It's moments like these that could change a person's life. Like, for example, I don't want to sound too romantic about this because it could be way deeper than that. Like that person that was getting overwhelmed with streaming, would have been quite nice if someone was there in the support system where like, hey, you know what you're doing? It's pretty awesome. You should keep doing it. But maybe that person that became overwhelmed with streaming, the overwhelming is like a balance, right? What is the positive feedback the person's getting versus the punishment, like the taxingness of it, and then eventually you become overwhelmed because the positive feedback is no longer sufficient to sustain what they had to do. Well, worrying is your superpower, and that's understandable. In this day and age, I would say you're in a wonderful company of that. In fact, is it a superpower? If I feel like a superpower nowadays is to not worry as much. So we could always work towards that. I feel like worrying is the natural state of things now. Like, I feel there is plenty of people who would be able to empathize you about feeling worrying is the first concern. So you might still feel like you have been, but that's good to know. Yeah, absolutely. No chance. No chance. Hear me out. You'll know when I can be bothered. You probably would have a difficult time finding me. So, like, I would not place myself in a like, for myself, I guess 40 years-ish of life have taught me enough that when I can be bothered, I wouldn't deliberately put myself in a position to be bothered. So, like, content creation would not be something I'd be doing if I have issues or things going on in my life. I would do what probably that person hopefully done, which is to take themselves away from the source of the pressure and then find a good support system and recuperate, and maybe one day come back and do it with a more disciplined and clear voice, like have more clarity on their approach. For myself, if you see me streaming, you can't bother me. That's the whole point. If you can bother me, I wouldn't be streaming. Also, you mean you think you did have a lot of support, but just got bogged down with the life thing and couldn't do both? Yeah, fair enough. Here's the silver lining, right? If he got overwhelmed with streaming, maybe something really happened with his life. Like, you fell in love and started a family. That sounds amazing. So I'm not suggesting that it's only because it's bad. Like, overwhelming can also mean that the person has a lot of beautiful things happening. Obviously, I don't know who this person is, and we'll be discreet about it. It's perfectly alright, we don't know. The idea is wishful thinking. They're overwhelmed because they had so many good things. They're overwhelmed with good things happening in their life, hopefully. When I mention statistics, I'm usually trying to mention like a very neutral comment. Usually it's not the case, but it can always happen. Like, being overwhelmed with too many things going in life that are good and productive, you kind of wish that, at least I kind of wish that for most people. Like, a great problem to have is having too many things to do in life and you don't know where to start, versus overwhelm where there's no control over whatever you're doing and that's why you're overwhelmed. Yeah. Which I'm guessing that's a little bit closer to the worrying is your superpower. You might not necessarily feel like you're in control of your concerns. Well, at least in this case, you don't really have to worry about it. For myself, anyways. Thank you for the consideration, though. Like, what I mean is, I appreciate that. And trust me, in this case, you're going to have to trust me. Anyone who I see repeatedly over like a random course of time, eventually we would have this discussion. And I get a little better, more and more clear at expressing this over the years. Like, over 7 years, I've had hundreds of opportunities to talk about this particular standpoint, in contrast to like a content creator that is expecting something out of their content. And you're probably right, this fellow was a bit younger than me. Oh, okay. Old enough to understand things, but not completely stable and professional. I see. I hope something worked out for them. Like, the great thing about people working out is oftentimes it's a win-win for everyone around them, and then maybe even you, right? Like, tangentially at some point. Wishing good things for people, and you like somehow know them, or you've left some tenuous familiarity, it can always lead to possible new things. So despite like sometimes like people would get angry at you or something, if you wish them well, then one day when they're not angry, you never know, they might come around and give you a call or like find you out and say, hey, you know what, I was in a bad place once, but you never once like told me to, suffer in a pit of despair, and now I'm doing really well. I just wanted to say I thought about that time and all of the times that I had some regrets, but now I'm making good on them. Oftentimes people who ends up, at least in my opinion, my naive opinion, when things get better, and are those people who don't turn on them when they are down, oftentimes they're the most memorable ones. So I kind of, how this is related to what I'm doing is, that's kind of what I think of my being present as a content creator or something like that. It's all the times when I'm available, and it doesn't matter how bothered it is or how heated our argument, like I get into heated arguments, right? Discussions and very nitty-gritty stuff. But those are the moments that I think people will remember, even if they're in their worst. If they continue to get better, they can remember those worst of times. And if you were there in those worst of times, you can come back. You can find appreciation. At least that's the weird message, or a really roundabout way of saying why I'm here and doing this stuff. Because I can. So, can't be bothered. That's that's kind of like a British phrase, and I kind of vibe with that right now. Can't be bothered, right? I remember the first time hearing that phrase in New Zealand, where someone was holding, I don't know if you're familiar with this phrase, but can't be bothered is like you're welcome, or like, oh, no worries, right? No worries is like can't be bothered, because no worries is a double negative. No and worries, you have a negation of a negative word. And can't be bothered is a phrase that I learned back in like when I was 20-ish, when we were in New Zealand, and someone was holding a door, and their phrase when you say like thank you, and it's like, oh, I can't be bothered. I'm like, interesting. It's a negative, like it's a double negative, so it's good. It's a affirmative when you, yeah, it's in. Can't be bothered. Can't be bothered, Beth. You're more than welcome. All right, let's get back into this. Yeah, feel free. Feel free. Alright, we're gonna bop these guys. This should be good enough. Oh, it was very safe. Kaboom! Nice. So now we get to figure out if... Okay, so we finished this, right? So now if we go to select route, and we go to refresh, you want to reset. If you reset it, you will return to the beginning of the route, and use items will not be returned. Okay, but if we're at the... Okay, so you can farm the heck out of this. Oh, and you get 5 free reloads. Okay, so they made it really good. Oh my gosh, they're so generous. So now, basically, you log in enough, right? You log in enough. Basically, how many times did I logged in? You completed the story, and it's been 4 days. And that's roughly the average amount of dice you require. And then once you get here, it's infinite. So you can kind of like spin it for fun and see how you can maximize. Oh, this is really good. This design is fantastic. I hope they continue to do this. That's such a great way to do it. So basically, once you get to the last phase, since it can be tough, you can do it indefinitely. Very neat. So you're guaranteed to get all the rewards. And then we cleared the final boss, so get our patch, right? And then we can use the loaded die and get these things. So let's see if we can do this boss again, but only we're gonna farm something. Let's go and, all right, let's roll a 2. We didn't use any of the loaded die. So that means, how does it, electric wind? Oh, it tells you. So we just want to roll a 1. Oh, but that's just, okay. So we want to roll a 1. Let's just roll 1. Let's use all of our loaded die now, so we don't really need it. Crit damage. All right. So our blues, I'm guessing these are the ratings, right? Gold is good and the best. So we want to roll an 8. We're just gonna hit all the golds. Oh, and you get 2 free rolls on these. Wow. So when you do it again, you just you'd be all right. We're just gonna do. Is this crit rate? Oh, that's crit rate. So we want pierce. Let's do 4. Oh wait, I think this is the total number of loaded die. Okay, it's fine. Let's do 3. I still have to use my 28, so we're just gonna boost ourselves for the giggles. Physical and gun. That doesn't work. So the almighty land was party damage is increased. Nice. The almighty damage was by chance that we landed on almighty damage the first 2 times. Okay, we'll take the party damage. All right, let's roll a 1. I'm just gonna collect as many of these gold ones as possible. Party. Okay, we got a party damage. What is this? Party skill damage is increased by 25. Okay, we'll take the skill damage. Let's see how much we can blow up the dudes. All right, 3. These are all planned. What other choices do we have? Pierce again. What is this? Highlight damage. It's not that great, but it has a bigger multiplier. Okay. Can we get to the next one in a 4, 8? You know what this feels like now? This feels like playing the end game of Like a Dragon. Ooh, we got the almighty damage, 90%. It feels like the end of Like a Dragon, where you basically cheat on everything. You have loaded everything, so you can like cheat on all the gambling things. Sweeper damage. All right, that's what we needed to. All right, so we have a bunch of white non-things. So let's just free roll into the other ones. Weakness? Oh, weakness works too. Oh, we're gonna be party attack, that's fine, more damage. Oh, we're gonna be so strong. HP is not it. Defense is fine. More HP, stop giving HP. What is this? I just want to blow them up. Okay, there's defense. All right, now we can do 4. This is cute. Party damage, ailments, skill damage. You know what? Let's do some more skill damage, because it is technically 2 skills being activated. Okay. All right, so we're already okay. Let's do 3. How much can we crank out? It's starting to feel like a roguelike, where like you're just cranking out how much modifiers you can from econing the whole time. How strong can we get? 5. Okay. These give us the most chances. Almighty damage again? Yes. Can we solo nuke the boss? That's what we're trying to do. Okay, we have to roll once, so whatever comes up. All right, and then we're rolling a 6. All right. Wonder damage. Oh, that's late. We're gonna take the party damage. Or piercing. Not party damage. Okay. This is where we load up on maximum. Okay, 5. Maximum damage. Weakness is 4%. Only 4. Normal range. That's not 4%. All right, we're taking the party damage. Okay. Do we have any more? All right, we're doing free roll. Kind of need some defense in case we don't one-shot them. But my anticipation is we're gonna one-shot them. And you can do more than one run with it. That's kind of dangerous. Helmet accuracy, that's lame. Alright. Let's get the last 3. I mean the last 2. Electric, oh rip. Lame. Come on, give me another almighty damage. Less than curse? Yeah, that's kind of real. Alright. Alright. So what do we have? Crit 10%, 6 pen plus 14. We got double skills, that's 50%. We got highlight boost. Oh, we only got 1 instance of the almighty damage. I don't know if you can get more than 1 instance of that. Sweeper, we're already gonna be set in sweeper. Weakness matters 10. And we got these 3 lame. The defense is good. Like, so our skill damage is multiplied by, I'm guessing they're additive, so 50%. Highlight damage increased by 120%. Oh, we did get 2 instances. Almighty damage increased by 180%. 28, 42 party damage. And so it's like plus 20% attack, 42 party damage, 180 almighty damage, 120 highlight damage. It's all off the charts. All right, let's see if we can single nuke this guy. This reminds me of a roguelike near the end of the roguelike. We're probably gonna use cherish just in case we don't single nuke. And then we're gonna switch to sweeper because we have the sweeper modifier as opposed to the assassin modifier. Alright. This is cute. I think this is a great iteration of the whole dice rolling thing. It would be kind of cool to see like a actual board, like instead of one track, but seeing you move around in like a tabletop thing. Alright, let's see if we can one-shot them. Here we go. What? Okay, it didn't do anything. Oh, maybe they're protected in the beginning, actually. Oh, they're probably protected. Oh, yeah, they are. We have to wait till this goes out. There's 3 charges on this. So not yet. We have to bring this down first. Hang on. Is it that one? We have enough defense though. Oh no, it's not. Okay, so there's a defense like related thing for the first turn. So we have to wait. We have to cycle back around. Alright, get rid of the protection. Could just straight up do a highlight damage. Next turn. Well, how much is this gonna do? This is the follow-up. We're gonna do cohesion here. Let's see how much this does. Alright. Because we do have multiplier to skill damage. It's okay. It's really not that strong. That's a shame. Oh no, he got I mean they got ultra frozen. It's okay though. It'll expire. Oh no, it won't. Not on time. That's fine. Second damage reduction. Okay. It only lasts 1 turn, I think. But not when it rotates back around. Okay. We're going to use this now. This got nerfed because of Ultra Freeze, but that's fine. How much does that do? Oh, it's reasonable. Actually, we can probably take them out.
続けます。
Last turns for you. Okay.
ぬるいぬるい。
アマルテア凍りつけ。
It wasn't as OP as I thought.
咲き誇りなさい。受けてみなさい。
We'll use this instead.
ドミニオンこれでどうだ。
お仕置きの時間です。行くぞジュスティーヌ。すぐに排除します。
Alright. No more defense resistance for you.
時間だ。
Or damage resistance, defense
そうきま
resistance.
した。おー、ナイス回避。
必ず守るからね。
ハッキングだ。ムッシッシン。私
Wait,
パスワード排除。
he has a response after you take out all of them? Oh, he does. Oh, wait, it actually makes him
誰も
stronger.
傷つけさせない。
Actually, it does the opposite. It makes him stronger when you take out the other guys before him.
強め舞い踊れ。
That's awkward.
強め追い風を。
It's
今
okay.
ここに。
ペルソナサンダルフォン
Very awkward.
ディオニュソス受けてみろ。
ペルソナ。フォローお願い。行くぞジュスティーヌ。すぐに排除します。
Yeah. That's awkward.
ムッシッシン。私の出番だな。
アマルテア
This one Dominion.
ムッシッシン。私のバトルデータ解析。どれどれ。
来て。アマルテア凍りつけ。
強め受けてみなさい。
Oh, I actually don't think the highlights can come up
ドミニオン
in time. Oh no, he has Dionysus. Dionysus. Fine.
ディオニュソス受けてみろ。
Planned. I mean planned.
華麗にやっちゃって。
All planned.
我らの力を貸しましょう。
All right. I think this was a great addition
行くぞジュスティー
to
ヌ。すぐに排除し
how
ま
to
す。
distribute like an interesting
制裁の時間だ。
like dopamine response. Yeah. So you can just keep doing this indefinitely to collect the rest of the rewards. Because then you can refresh without needing any more dice. And you have to collect oh, actually you don't even have to collect because if you refresh, right? You get 5 free ones. So no matter what, you'll get to all your goals near the end. Even if you fail clearing the 4th boss, you can keep doing it to collect all the rewards. That's a wonderful consideration. I think that's awesome that they did it that way. Yeah. And that's it for that showcase. So we basically did everything in this patch. Right? I'll cover Astrolabs soon, but it's not today because Astrolabs takes about 2 hours to record. And just to give you an idea of the Astrolab thing, we did complete the Astrolab, right? And then we're waiting for the 4th week. But I forgot to mention this about Astrolab. I think I've cleared all the previous Astrolabs without ever using... I don't think I've ever used any character more than 3 times. So one of the fun things to do is to clear everything with 2 conditions. Only 17 willpower, right? And also that the teams, any banner is only used 3 times. Because yes, in the 4th week, you can still use all the banners 4 times. And that does alleviate something. The reason why I say this is during these 2 nodes, I actually ended up having to juggle around the characters because I originally used JC for this and it was overkill. So instead, I had to re-roll this into An and Yobi. And then I moved JC over here just to squeak on by because I needed... Well, it's no longer squeaking on by, but originally I had Cord here. And we were within 2%. So then we jostled things around. And it turns out this was the most difficult, but it wasn't that bad. It was like 1 to 2%, and it seems like this will be my setup to overcome sweeper dependent modifiers. Now, the tempting thing about this is, the reason why I mentioned this is, technically if I pull now and I pull for Violetto, right? Violetto, if I pull for her, then I could also probably power through other mechanics that deal with single target things. But I have this distinctive feeling my investment in Win and JC is sufficient to use Queen Makoto to power through a single target one. Possibly. Or I could try something with JC using an assassin build. And that's kind of my reliance right now. Because I didn't... Again, it's been a really long time since I've pulled a banner. No Howler, no Matoi, no Firecracker in, now no Violetto, right? So, and then the next one's Turbo, and we're gonna start assembling the new characters. So, the new group, I want to assemble a new ensemble. So, we're gonna play into the next single target character, which is Makoto Yuki, from Persona 3, right? Which character does he have? Does he probably have Orpheus or something like that, as opposed to like Thanatos or something. I don't actually know which character they which persona they end up giving him because of Persona 3 lore. Anyways, so this, we're just gonna wait. So Turbo, Anj, and Makoto Yuki are the next one to replace Queen, because Astrolab requires like a really strong kind of brute force single target thing. And then we've already gotten our sweeper combo. This is our sweeper combo from like Astrolab 1, and then well, technically Astrolab 2, and then season 3, basically like here, this overpowered this too. For continuous damage, it overpowered it as well. So we kind of relied on this setup. And it's a great, neat way to demonstrate that, well, free to play, you don't have all the optimal things, but still good to go. This is what I really like about this, at least the mechanical side of the game. The gacha component, obviously, that makes it so that it's okay. In my opinion, I have no problems with the gacha thing. You can say, pull your favorite ones, right? Pull your favorite ones. That's what I would say. And then if you're into mechanics like I do, I pull for mechanics. Turbo has an interesting mechanic. Anj has an interesting mechanic. And then we're then into 4.0, and most of the characters from the P3 are to synergize quite a bit to Makoto Yuki. So then I'll pull some of those characters. And I'm actually pulling probably Makoto, Akihiko, and possibly Yukari, but it's just Akihiko and Makoto Yuki. That will be Anj and Turbo related, because Akihiko would be the one that gets reverted using electricity, because I don't have an electricity one either. So I literally have no bless. We skip both bless, so can't even compensate for with summer Motoha. Couldn't even do that. And then I have no electricity either, despite technically Yui is the only one, so Akihiko would be a new one. We would have to skip the strategist, or is she a strategist or a saboteur? The teacher, right? Anyways, that's kind of the idea. And then the bless, eventually the bless will come back around to Luce, the 5-star one, which has a double pull, unless they change it. A double pull with Shun's 5-star one, which that's probably what we're waiting for. Selective picking, but I like the idea of trying to create like 2 or 3 separate comps from each mechanical group, and that would be a great way to showcase the fun parts of this game, which then I'll be playing the Persona games while we're doing that, and that's kind of the plan. There's one last thing we can do today, and we got 3 new bells. And I'm gonna be real with you, I'm still convinced that they weighted the bottom ones so they make it look like you can do it, but let's see if we can land on this, right? It's probably gonna land twice on this, but we're at least gonna get one. Let's see if we get it in advance, right? Let's go. We got 3 things. More gacha, or kind of like gacha. Yep, of course it lands on the bottom one. Okay, it landed on ink. We did it! So I'm pretty much just gonna reset because I don't really care about the other stuff, honestly. We will reset and try to work it. But we did it, unless this is only one-time thing. No, because you can refresh. Jackpot! We got it, even though it took almost literally all of the choices. You can keep drawing if you like. No, we're gonna reset immediately. So that's it. So it took what? There was 1 left here, 2 left here, and 1 left here, right? So we had to pull everything except for 2, 1, 1. So what is that? 4 minus... What is that? 5, 9, 14. 14 plus 24? That's 38. So we had to pull 34 times before we get there. And this is technically, I guess you can purchase something for this, but technically free gacha. We call it the free gacha because you can earn these currencies through the... So we got an extra case. What is the case for? It only gives you the standard banner stuff. That's okay. I mean, I technically haven't completed out the standard banners yet, but the ones that we already have. So you can only get these things. Probably like fill in the other guys, right? However, hear me out. The case, we're probably gonna hold it till Turbo. Like what I mean is till Turbo's out of jail, which is 6 months from 2 weeks from now. So we're the only thing we're gonna be holding it for is Turbo, unless a new standard banner comes out. It's like, wow, you know. Other than that, we've already gotten a copy of everything outside of Morgana, and I don't know. So horizontal investment, right? Horizontal investment. That's a great way to end 3.4. Whoops. Yeah, fantastic. I think this was fun. The arc, I think the arc was kind of a lot of a setup, right? And then obviously most of the looting and stuff, it's a victory lap. I think the jibber jabber is really fun. I love the humor, like, so if they're not trying to build the overall bigger picture and the solemn thing, the jibber jabber is so much on point now. Like Morgana and Luferu's jibber jabber, I do like her, like the middle, how they're trying to write certain things. Like, hey guys, well, one of the things that you got to do is you keep your mind off of it for a while, right? So I think these little mini episodes, I call these like mini episodes, right, are great fan service, because ideally when you're playing this game you would already have a long exposure to this character prior, and we will like, I would have a different perspective now where I'll take all these little things and I'll piece them together as I play Persona 5 Royal. I keep saying Royal, which will happen before the end of this year. Very soon, not this month, because I've already concluded. Kiwami 3 is going to be concluded soon. and we're gonna start our PlayStation 3 portable playthrough. PlayStation 3, Persona 3 portable version of P3 first. It's to build my legacy because I played the PlayStation 2 version and the FES edition beforehand, and then we're gonna play Persona 4 Gold before possibly the P3 collaboration comes out, or like when they do a P4 collaboration for revival. I actually think the CN and the Taiwanese like server might see a Metaphor collaboration beforehand. I don't know if they're gonna try to do that, or maybe even a Shin Megumi Tensei crossover, because they still technically belong in a superverse, like the Persona verse, or not the Persona verse, but the ATLUS greater compilations, right? So otherwise, you know, the next P3 is wrapping up soon. The P3 collaboration is wrapping up. Looking at the entire roster that they have, there is 1 or 2 more characters before they roll in, because like Aegis hasn't been added yet, but I did see a tease for Aegis, the robot girl. I think that was her name, Aegis, or Aegis, however you want to pronounce it. I just specifically remember it has something to do with Shield. That was like the whole idea behind the FES edition when they added her arc, her separate arc after the original P3 PlayStation 2 version. Oh, and the music is obviously this is P5R's music. P5X's pieces are fantastic too. You just gotta rock out. Oh, whoa, not rock out, but jam out, right? Anyways, we saw Akechi, obviously Akechi dropping in to finalize the final P5 collaboration for the global server. So Akechi would be the last one, and then we're look forward to the P3. Pretty great. So I will be recording the Astrolab whenever I have free time within the next like week and a half, you know, before the 3rd season of Astrolab is concluded. I love this, like this is incorporating the original like rift, the original riff. I don't think I can wait on Astrolab until Turbo comes out, right? 3 days, and then there'll be 7 days of, no, I can't like wait until Turbo and then pull for Turbo and then do the Astrolab runs. So it'll be before the end of this period. Although for this stuff, we've covered pretty much everything in this update. So there will be a stream, an intermediate session, maybe during the 4th week, maybe in another 3 days when I find time for my language learning stuff. Probably sometime 3 days or 4 days from now. We'll record an Astrolab, walk to like a, just for posterity's sake, an Astrolab thing. And then, because I haven't really formulated how I'm going to do Astrolab things in terms of if it becomes a bigger thing in the future. But I like recording the Astrolab stuff for posterity, completion's sake. So we'll do that before 10 days, within the next 10 days, after I conclude my Kiwami wrap up, probably tomorrow. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, folks. It was a pleasure. Music, 10 out of 10. So, until, like, this type of... Oh, this is a great example. I don't know if you're still around, Beth, but yesterday when I was talking about Kiwami 3 and karaoke, like the voice actors and stuff, and when it came to female singers, like Japanese singers and whatnot, this... this is the kind of closer to the singer range that I'm thinking of. And obviously this is kind of like a combination of the whole city pop, hybrid, funk stuff. Persona is a great example. All the Persona music. Pretty fantastic. Until next time, right? If you're gonna watch this later, arigatou gozaimasu. As always, feel free to follow along, pick up P5X for yourself. You technically don't have to pay for anything, so I've already made my comment about why I like the P5X game itself outside of its gacha component, right? And yeah, you can listen to it in the background. Yeah. I like this stuff, this music. The singer is a great example. Alright, so yeah, until the next recording, within the next 10 days, we'll do Astrolab. And then I look forward to Turbo. I haven't pulled a banner in a long while, and let's hope that we get lucky. Maybe this time is the part of time we get lucky. So, until then, guys, take care, right? Minasan mata ne. Mite kurete arigato. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye bye.